But of course, I deal with Spanish ladies long time. I know that Spanish ladies long time before that Spanish ladies. Man. Yeah, of course, yeah, man. It always had Spanish ladies in Trinidad. I mean, they didn't used to come so frequently, but we always had Spanish.
But I feel you follow me there. I think Spanish and then you think Venice.
Yeah. Use the man first. Yeah. Is that yours was for Spanish, mine was for the funny. Huh?
Nobody show out.
Nobody's up then. There's the bonnet boy. Remember last week the lady on the live who came on with her bonnet, right? And she was a little shy to come on live, but she eventually came on and made a real nice contribution. Remember how she spoke?
Yes.
Right, and I promised her, say, girl, I'm gonna wear my bonnet next week. As promised, I wore my bonnet.
Remember her name?
Can't remember, boy. But if she on, shout us out. So to all the ladies who might be in bed and thing and in your bonnet and thing, don't get no hurries. If base could be in your bonnet, you could come on your bonnet.
Come on the line. But actually, I want to pick up selector Mikey from Kenya. We have people from Kenya on the live.
Kenya. Hello.
Let me see here. All right. Tokyo Blue on the live. Easy Kadeen.
Yeah.
So the live is vibes tonight once again tonight.
Yeah, man.
Tell them on the live now. Tell them now.
All right. So tonight we're gonna talk about having a side hustle, right? Side hustle. If it's one thing this pandemic, this coronavirus has taught us is don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need a little side hustle. If you ain't learned that by now, something wrong. You must be a first responder working in parliament or something. Have a real secure job. But you know what I mean? These days, no job is secure. You need something on the side, a little side hustle. So we invited a couple of ladies who have this side hustle on. We have a lady by the name of Sauce Boss. A lot of people will know Sauce Boss. She's big on the Instagram. She has a lot of followers. She has a lot of side businesses, right? We have Nikita. We hope Nikita could join us. She does, fitness and that kind of thing on the side. Sells hair as well too and products. We have it's Gabrielle. She's a friend of mine. She's a Spanish teacher and she also does some other stuff on the side. She recently started having Spanish classes, online Spanish classes. Right. She started, I think yesterday was her first day and it's going good. So she's going to join us. We might learn a little Spanish and stuff. And we have your boy Renzo too.
Renzo. So last week I want to pick up Nestle. Nestle we give away a lot of hampers, as you can see.
Yeah, big up Nestle.
And your friend, the one that we get one from the east.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so today I want to say big shouts. One of our sponsors on the live is El Mundo Signature. Is a guy that actually, he actually has cocktails. So
okay.
Have a sample. You are able to get your sample today because of the timing.
Yeah.
We're going to give away a nice bottle of Truffle de Noël.
Right.
Take a nice, what should I do? Package real nice.
Yeah, boy. Nice, boy. Okay. So it's like a cream liqueur kind of thing.
Right. To me. So actually, I'm going to take a little taste.
Take a little taste now, man.
Yeah, take a little taste of it. I send somebody with a bottle for you. I don't know if you'll get it tonight itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what you mean? Oh, you mean I couldn't get? I get my thing delivered by.
So I see, come already.
Yeah, man. I got my thing here. You see what drinking my thing. Yeah, but
all right, let me take a taste. So,
yeah, man, take a taste, man.
Tropical rum cream. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I see one up. Yeah. Cream. Yeah.
Ah, boy.
Nice taste.
Yes,
nice taste. And I kind of like milky drinks. I'm not too much on the alcohol kind of thing. I like this.
Right. It's a kind of sponge cream, but
yeah,
it's sponge cream. You know.
Yeah. That's self.
A nice light, but interesting taste.
Yeah, but
out on a tropical rum cream, El Mundo Signature. Right?
El Mundo Signature. Nice. So everybody doing it, and that could be that fella's. I don't know if he does this, but that could be his side hustle too.
Yeah.
Coming up. That could be somebody's side hustle.
Yeah, actually, he did a Marshall Montano wedding.
Okay. He's a event planner or something, or he does.
Yeah, he does events, cocktails and events, all-inclusive events, that kind of thing.
Right. So when the thing open back up, that's a nice side hustle for people to go into, doing events, event planning. They could do an event planning course. A lot of courses out there do a little event planning. You know what I mean? Yeah, boy. Yeah. So remember, you're looking out for Source Boss. I told her to join about.
I think Source Boss at live.
Right.
Source Boss
no,
on the live.
Source Boss. Who's the boss? Oh my God! Look at the boss. Source Boss, boy. I don't play a tune for Source Boss, boy. I don't play a tune for Source Boss, boy. I don't play a tune for Source Boss. I have to play a tune for Source Boss.
Real woman don't mean not your hair.
Okay.
Pretty nails and shoes. Don't mean you have to treat man when you spend by you. Woman, you confuse real woman.
Yes, Source Boss.
We don't make excuse.
Yes.
If all you have is sexy alone, you're bound to lose. So let me tell you about real woman. Don't do anything for a life. Tell you about real woman. On house, on car.
Yeah, boy. Real woman, Source Boss in the building. Beautiful, beautiful. How beautiful is Source Boss, RKG? Look at that woman. Boy.
Yeah, beautiful. First
Nice,
and foremost, I want to say, Source Boss, I want to say condolences to you and the entire family, because the first time you were to come on the live, you weren't able because your father passed away. So I want to start on that first.
Thank
you. Yeah. How you going on thing? How you holding up? How's the family holding up on thing?
Well, you see, that is something that hits everyone, and it's reality. And then he had cancer. So
okay.
really say that serial cancer have different stages, and that is what I tell any daily number can be. It's something that we had expected, and it's something that we have to deal with. It's not that done from back, because anything hits you, you have to heal and move on. I can't just focus. Yes, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, may his soul rest in peace, and he's in a better place, because cancer pain is something unpredictable.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it is.
As I said, that Source Boss, I can relate to that, and I'll tell you why. Because this month was a year since a friend of mine, Leroy Thomas, cameraman, videographer, died from cancer, and I was there at his side, you know, on the last days, and I can tell you,
and when
it's
you
hard.
have cancer too, and you literally see their pain and their scar, you absolutely draw a tender seat for them, because it comes like what they're going through, you're absolutely going through, and you're feeling it, emotional, physical, mental, chemistry. It can beat you really hard. It could hit you in reality if you don't know how to balance your mental space. So I can like the last month or so, it was last month, yesterday make a month, and it was something really tragedy. But at the end of the day, as I said, life is it. And thank God it's not COVID and it's cancer. And people who have money, you were shocked to see at that time how unvalid money is. So you have to appreciate life, accept life, because you can have all the chemo, all the best treatment, the best medical facilities, but when it comes to cancer, you don't have a chance, I think. When you
but you know they say prevention is better than cure too. People need to take care of their health as well too, you know. If you do your research on cancer, especially if it runs in your family and stuff, you know, make sure to eat the right foods and things. Sometimes they could do everything and still, you know, get it, but you know, like you try to do your best. Do your best.
You were going out, Trinidad had a real woman, and real woman spending money on their body, so you know that is heavy maintenance. After that.
Yeah, Gil. All right. So let me get down to the nitty-gritty now, man. Source Boss. Tell us about Source Boss. Who is Source Boss? You're seeing Source Boss on Instagram. Nice, pretty girl. But what really draw me to you is I see you like you're into different things. But every time you look at your page, it's active. You're about business. You're about making that money. Tell us about Source Boss. Who is Source Boss?
Source Boss is the founder of Source Collection. Be creative. Source Collection have been around the past 9 years, and I didn't came up with board of directors. I'm the OC, I'm the accountant, I'm the investment clerk, I'm the social media network marketing, I'm doing the biomedical engineering on the website aside, so everything. So why I would say that I come up with the name is that Source is a lot of source of income, and that you can build something. And after I build my brand, I said I source my thing, I build my collection, I be creative, I work behind the scenes. money.
Yeah.
It's about having a business and you're ripping it. You're ripping it in different ways. So I can become limited and I don't need to sell a franchise or sell my first business. You know that way?
You know when I heard
That's
the name Sauce Boss right now, to be honest, when I heard the name Sauce Boss, you know, the first thing come to mind is saucy, sauce vibes, you know.
oh
And so
gosh, gosh.
no, when you hear Sauce Boss, that is the
You was
boss of
thinking
all
a different kind of sauce. I mean she's saucy, yeah, but it's not that kind of sauce.
right,
Kinda,
right.
Yeah.
But I must say Sauce Boss, I love the concept behind your
Concept, yeah,
name.
boy.
Very creative. Yeah. Round of applause again, man.
Round of applause for the sauce, boss. Okay, don't take it slack. Yeah, man. So yeah, woman, what advice you have for women out there who might be thinking about like we in this pandemic and stepping out into their own business and wanting to be their own boss? What made you want to be your own boss? Because I'm sure you probably had a job before working for people and things.
yeah.
But what made you want to step out and be your own boss?
Well, I will share it now with you guys. I was working at Weds Engineering, that's on Tunapuna Road, as a consultant for PCS Nigeria.
Right.
And I did a lot of course in health and safety, occupation health and safety. I have industry construction and OSHA, right? So OSHA is down, where we was working is down Kaima. So I got into an accident. My man back on work after I recovered and I was like, this is too much. My foot can't hold in a red ring steel tip and no time for me to give up talent for this salary, boy. And I started selling the conference room when I started to go conference out of country. I started to go duty-free curso and things. I started to buy. I started to sell in the conference room. Then when the accountant was doing payroll, I ended up reaching somebody on Boundary Road who working by FCB where they put all the documents. And I started to sell in that conference room. And then I started to watch my side hustle and my salary. I spend on 8 hours, sometimes 12 hours in an office. No, I have to be consistent. This is calling me. Now is my call. And I said, you see me? I started to go different place. Even that sometimes when people shut you down, I still consistently go and I not giving up. You cannot give up. Even that now that my store is closed, I have to have another way to sell waist trainer, basic motivation. You have to come out. You have to walk around. You have to walk.
No, well said. No, Sauce Boss. You cater to the ladies, right? What are some of the? I mean, you into fitness, you into that kind of thing. What are some of the regular complaints you get from the ladies when they come to you?
In business. So I'm like last night I was on a live on my page and they would say that they start business and it's not happening for them. But remember before I had reached 33,000 on my followers, I had one followers with 0 like. I had 500 followers with no like. So your self-esteem have to be boost. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have a low self-esteem. You have to believe that you are better than yourself. You have to be consistent. You will even feel like you're giving it up all. But you have to wake up and get it. You have to say, today I'm going to be better. Today I need this. Because even that artists or whatever, when they go to it by the producer and they get a right beat. Same thing, if we gamble and we bring the right fashion, people will like it. So it's not about us. And you cannot be bigger than your customer. No way. When you have a business, it's the people charm. It doesn't belong to a lot of us as business owner and executive of company do not want to sit and have our workers show us what to do. So that's why we see production in our business and we have to have a relationship with our worker too to have that production.
Yeah, good workers. Now, so what about having the right people around you, encouragement in terms of family and stuff? Because sometimes I know women who wanted to start their own business and they married to a man and a man say, "What to you, girl? You're with your government work and thing. I taking care of you. What you want to do that for? You know what I mean? Come now, man. What about having that right kind of people, the mindset, the positivity, the encouragement around you? How important is that?
First thing, I like to meditate for me, right? I go vibes. So if I have a man, I tell you playing as a talk and we jam tonight and I find we're going in a relationship 3 months and nothing going on, I line your energy not connected to mine. So
hello!
check your course and your boundaries.
You're running that.
Hello! Run him! Oh gosh! Run that boy. Yeah. I like it, sauce boss.
Some of them,
No sticking.
some of them just come heavy and you done on your motive and then you don't want to bring their responsibility. You ever reach a girl and she come and first week she nice and then next week she's a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
boy.
know, something about sauce boss vibes. I like sauce boss
By
vibes.
sauce boss.
Sauce
Yeah,
boss,
boy. They watch
when
when. Can I?
when we had you up on the first graphic, right? When he's supposed to come on the show on the first graphic, but say, hey, who's that? We are going to hey, Cardi B.
Cardi B, boy. Yeah, boy.
I'm sure you get that already.
Yeah. Look like a Cardi B, boy.
But even that woman, right? That even that when you are building, you need to give yourself all to your business. You see, if you have a partner and he not supportive, don't turn his negative into positive. Turn that energy around. He have no other choice than to join you because sometimes your family and your friends don't support you. It's totally straight. Until you reach the top, then they will remember, oh,
Yeah.
I know source on it.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You say hi, right, and you move on. So you have to learn how to protect, to put down barricades. Just draw them and focus on
Yeah, man.
you building you. You have to put you together because the time and the energy we give in the negative, like it have life, it may have 1,000 viewers, but at the negative energy from a positive energy is a different concept of life. You understand? And it's what you preach is what you practice. And sometimes reading is good because you're expanding your knowledge, you're feeding your brain. So when you have this, you have to be able to be in a conversation so you will know how to fit in, who to associate with, and who to associate. Because like for me, I came here to Trinidad, I just saying something, with 50 pounds. It's 2,000.
So you're not a born Trinbagonian. You're not born here. Where you from?
Guyanese.
Guyana, boy. GT, boy. GT, yeah.
Actually had one of my sister's mom is originally from Ghana. So as they started to talk, I realized I heard the accent. But go ahead.
Good.
Okay, do you all this cunt?
Yeah, I like to say that. That's just like when you're saying,
Oh, you like to say? Let me hear you say it now.
somebody say how your mother cunt and we say how your cunt. That mean like just like your mother cunt. A man will lash you down for that.
Yeah. Yes, I'll watch me. I always wanted a woman to cuss me in Guyanese, but I find that so sexy. Say for me, base all your scunt.
Base how your cunt.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, girl. So what do you find Trini women, I mean, a little lazy and too dependent, like dependent on a man? Oh yeah, Trini women.
I have a lot of friends and they're ambitious.
Okay.
Listen to this. Trini women have age bracket that they like to experience certain things. And sometimes when they go on with the friends, they get dipping it too low. So from the time for them to take to recoup and recuperate and come again, they stabilize in one thing other than to be active. You understand? Because like we come here and we make it, but they have it here. They have
Yeah.
They have it here.
You just take it for granted.
You have to put something out of something and make it into something. And
wow.
The young generation is focusing on too much negativity that fill in the basket. They put all the egg there.
No, so boss, you sound very constructive, right? Sometimes a lot of times we meet young ladies, and when we talk to young ladies, I remember a time years ago, I saw this young lady, and I was like, wow, she's beautiful, but she got cheating. And when she opened her mouth, I was turned off because she had nothing good to say. You know what I mean? But you look very constructive. A lot of people on the live here, and they love your vibe, they love your energy. A woman like you, though, what do you look for in a man?
What?
Yeah, because you can't get no kind of Pepsi man, you know, sauce boss. You have to look for a man to match you, you know, because you a sauce boss. So you have to get, well, you have to get a president girl or some kind of thing. But you have to get
President.
Look.
President.
Yeah, girl.
For me.
The president what?
He only going to focus on the parliament money. I want more than that.
Oh.
When I sell no clothes and looking to bring out no clothing line for me, he looking for relax and watch me.
Yeah, well, maybe the president of his own company, you know, but still, what do you look for in a man? What could be a source boss, you know, a companion for the source boss?
Okay, being an independent woman for 9 years on my own, I would say I look for companionship, the vibes, the connect, how we could socialize, how he could interact, how he could motivate me. Even that when I'm in a situation that he don't dump my spirit, he able to uplift me and mold me into the person I want to be. Even that he will correct me, and I look for a man who has a good credit and a good characters. Because if he have a good credit in his life and I have ambition, and me and he come together, we could build.
Yeah, boy. Take one and make it two. That's what we're saying, Trini.
And then you have to learn to make sacrifice, because we have to make sacrifice to grow, to reach that point.
Right.
Because
boy.
Some people always think a man needs to bring everything to the table, but sometimes it's good to reach a man.
Preach.
Kevin,
you know who would love Source Boss? Kevin Samuels. I would love Kevin Samuels to talk to Source Boss. Kevin Samuels will be impressed by you, Source Boss. I tell you. You know who Kevin Samuels is, Source Boss? Kevin Samuels, he does be on live and thing. I'll send you the information. The way how he speaks to women to up themselves. You know what I mean? Like how you say, some women need a man need to bring everything to the table. It's not about that. Sometimes a woman that could meet the man halfway too, you know.
You know what I think it is?
A man that do anything and he hustle for his money, but sometimes when he bring it, a woman don't know how to invest it. You understand? So it could be a man could be a hustler. You don't have to always do that every day in life. You understand?
Right.
Take daily income and turn it into solid investment. So most girls will like a man who smoke weed or sell weed because they have money access. They have access every day. But at the end of the day, we are looking at long-term beneficial. You look at different things in life. You just don't look to settle for this or gold or blings or J's. You look for that's materialistic. We're talking about reliability aspect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well
Beautiful boy.
Well said.
What people say on the live there, boy, RKG, what people say there, boy?
Someone says here, Kevin Samuels is rude.
Yeah, well, say what?
Why Kevin Samuels?
He's not rude, he's just direct and to the point.
Good.
You don't understand.
Have negative comment on the live, but you just have to remove it, because you know why? That is what people see you are. I'm not going to say my fiance is a superhero. No, everybody has a past life. And I'm a
would you be with a man who's like, you mentioned girls will be with men who's selling weed and stuff. Would you be with a man, Source Boss? I encourage ladies to be with a man who's doing something illegal. So whether it's selling drugs, robbing, be doing something illegal.
Okay then. If I with a man who is doing illegal stuff, at the end of the day, I have to provide for my family. But he can't do it forever. You understand? That he's selling drugs, it is not right. But because at that time, that's his temporary hustle. You understand? So you have to show him a different factor of life. Right? Because a man could be on a radar for 10 years. And a man only change who he wants to change for.
Right.
Yeah. And I always tell women cannot change a man. A man only change when he is ready, when he wants to. All right. Boss.
Don't want to change, you can study that.
Right. If the man, let me say, if the man, if the man shows potential of change, but if this guy in particular, let me say this fella, he say, boy, you know, me want to change, you know. What would you do as a woman?
If a man don't want to change, I just leave him and let him go.
Go on. Source Boss, go on, Source Boss, in that time with that. You go on.
Because
hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back.
I'm not taking the negative. I had to move to next. If I don't see what I'm looking for, period.
All right.
If he's a robber, wherever he is, that's his choice. I know my job title and my label.
Beautiful, beautiful.
No. Tell me this, right? We were talking about your business earlier. You say you sell these. What is what? We ladies want
waist trimmers, you waist trimmers.
Do waist trim.
Yeah, waist trimmers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How important is that for women? I've heard different mixed views on it. People say that bad for women. It could mess up the intestines, different things. But you, as a person that is selling it, what is your take on that whole situation?
The waist trainer is important because it's a latex compression garment, and when you do certain or even before, it helps to break the fat cells, because when you're doing cardio or you're exercising, you don't have that tight into your skin. It helps you to break them. So actually, it keep me. I goes into very deep compression and stuff.
Right. No, you have what we may consider as a super body. All women now want to have a body like yours. Tell us somebody the process in working out, things that you do to get it.
Is it natural? Let's see that body. Stand up, let's see that body. Take a spin around. Let's see that body. Let's see that body there, Sauce Boss. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Is that all real, Sauce Boss? Any work done? Any work done? Is that all natural?
But he now tell you.
What you tell me? I want to hear it from you.
Want to work to get the body done, and everybody wants to have a body. That's a dream body. I went there, done that. But certain people use their body for different things. I use my body for marketing my clothes. So I don't have a problem with a woman enhancing her beauty, but going extreme is way beyond.
Yeah.
You're going to end up like Lil Kim.
I have no comments. I don't criticize others. Even that others criticize me, I don't criticize nobody.
Yeah.
All right, baby. So where's your store? Where's your business? Let's get down to where's your business?
4 Saddle Road, San Juan, opposite the car park.
Okay. And right now, of course, it's not open. You're doing everything online. Let people know where they could follow you and thing. And what exactly? Tell us everything that you sell.
It's a wide variety. I sell from pasties to bra to underwear, everything, hoop earring, the whole lady collections, like basic, casual, formal, dressy, name it, I have it.
Nice. I tell you, we have a few ladies on the live, and what I must say as once again is a lot of women could look up to you because you have a business head. That's the way you speak. You know things you aspire to do. You can be definitely someone people can look up to.
He's a boss.
Even that sometimes people think that everything is okay and everything is going good. Coming with business have a lot of responsibility, and you can have mixed emotions. Like when customs is not going right, your cargo not reaching in time, because business is a risk and it takes a lot. So if you don't do good, you won't get haters. So once you have haters, it's because you're doing good. Because this is a skeptical thing in Trinidad. People like to mind people business more than even you. So sometimes they need to take that energy and put it up in the business. You understand? Because you as an artist, you mightn't break now. But because they criticize you, but the message that you are across in the next 15 and 80 years, you might hear, you know what he was singing is reality? You understand?
Oh.
So now it is not about the follower, it's not about the image, because I want to do her body and use her body for having fun. I use my body to be who I am.
Yeah, man. Beautiful, man.
So
well done, Sauce Boss.
Study.
Sauce Boss, we want to thank you for your time, because we have like 3 more people on the live. Before you leave the live, you can give them your social media handles to follow you for business, people who want business, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can follow me on Source Collection Be Creative. My Instagram is Source Boss, and my page is Get Wasted by Source. That's about it. We have a mobile. You can add Titi Post, everything going on as usual. We are working behind the scenes mobile. That's after.
Heart of love, Sauce Boss. Heart of love. Thank you very much.
And I feel love in the house, and welcome here. See you guys.
Yeah, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Give Sauce Boss a round of applause, man. Beautiful, man. Round
Give
them
me a
up.
son of a spoon again. Give me a son of a
Yeah, we need more women like you. We need more women like you. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
Thank
I
you.
come home every day. Blessings, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Yeah, man.
The
See?
sauce board,
Like,
boy.
you see how you could have lovely women on the live. They don't want to get naked. The other thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Real
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
That's a beautiful woman, man. That's a good woman. It's
yeah,
all about
yeah.
empowering women on the live and having a side hustle, man. Yeah, man.
A
Where's your
side
side
hustle.
hustle, RKG? You have any side hustle? You need to get a side hustle,
I am
RKG.
real side hustle. I have side hustles. All
Okay.
right, so we have a Spanish teacher on the line. She's
Yeah.
moving up. Let me see.
Gabriela.
Gabrielle.
Play a little Spanish
Come
music.
down.
She internet sticking.
She's like a little
Come, Gabriela. Come, Gabriela. Come, Gabriela. Come. I know, light sticking a little bit.
yeah. She's like a internet. I will try again.
Okay.
Gabby on the line, right? So Gabby now she's a Spanish teacher.
Yeah, she's a Spanish teacher and she also has side hustles. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's another person who used to work for people and now she's kind of working for herself too. You know?
Nice.
Working for herself. Ah, okay. Hey, she have one bonnet too, my bonnet. Hey.
I come in with my bonnet.
Nice girl. Somebody tell me my bonnet too small. Somebody tell me my bonnet too small.
Like these have more space to hold everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but I ain't have nothing to hold a ball and I ain't have nothing to hold. I don't know much to hold, so think I bought an extra large, so I don't know. It's my first time in the bonnet business.
Right? You have to protect yourself.
Watch now. I feel like that song from Sesame Street. One of these things that doesn't belong here.
Yeah, you're out of timing. Way bonnet. So Gabriela, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How are you?
Good evening. I'm not doing too bad at all. A little tired from some classes earlier on. You know how it is. Keeping it busy.
So you do Spanish classes. I mean, Spanish is your forte. You always love Spanish. Always taught Spanish.
Yes. So for me, I fell in love with Spanish at the age of probably like 5, and ever since I just never stopped. You know, I was so fascinated by it. From secondary school started, and Form 1, I had an awesome Spanish teacher all the way up, and it just kind of stuck with me. And being a slow student, technically slow, not as much of a fast learner as a lot of my classmates, I always struggled with the learning. So what I learned along the way is what I use to teach. So I've been teaching at Mucurapo West Secondary for 10 years now. And I recently decided to start, as you're talking about side hustles. So one of my side hustles is to teach the language on the side.
Right.
My own. And it's been doing pretty well so far. So yeah, I think all of y'all, you, all of us, we need to be fully bilingual. This is true.
Yeah. I remember the late Patrick Manning said years ago that Spanish will be the second language of Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I mean? But I was trying, but somehow I just can't pay attention in the class.
Well, listen to this.
Why can't pay attention?
I was distracted.
Distracted by what?
Yeah, any funny thing about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Right. I started Spanish in secondary school and I dropped it, right? Now, my second son, mom, she's a Spanish teacher.
Right.
I was with her for years and I never learned Spanish.
Yeah. Wow. Nah, you see distraction.
Always opportunity.
You're supposed to be learning the language. What were you doing when you're supposed to have been learning the language?
Where you learn?
What
Come
have
on,
you
man,
learned?
RKG better than that.
What have you learned?
Gil. So, but how hard is it to learn Spanish? How hard is it? Is it hard? Is it easy? Depends, you know. What.
Remember, I told you I started off by saying I was not as fast as a learner as the rest of my classmates. I was always behind, and I struggled with everything else. But I figured out these secrets with the Spanish as a trainee. So I'll tell you, it's not hard. Even if some people say it might be too late, it's not hard at all. It's not. But at least
that's right. Could you let me make this feel nice tonight. Tell me something sexy in Spanish.
All right, now I'll tell you the very first pickup line I heard in my life, and it always stuck with me. And I'll tell it to you. And that line is, que se ría estrella en el cielo de tus ojos.
Oh, good. It sounds sexy, but I know what it means.
Yeah, boy. Say it a little slower, Anna. Que se rí.
Que se ría estrella en el cielo de tus ojos.
Okay. I wonder if I could guess what I mean by.
I wish I was a star in the heaven of your eyes.
Ooh, had to be a Spanish man tell you that from Spain.
What's that?
From Spain tell you that.
You're lying to me. Say you're lying to me.
What? No, boy. You see my eyes brown, boy. I'm telling you, boy.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I seen a semi-hazel tint. I seen a
yeah.
semi-hazel
Have a little thing.
Yes,
From my
yes,
mother.
yes, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
I see
bro,
it.
that's beautiful. So, but Spanish is a very, what do you say? Is a very, I mean, and people talk a lot about French, but is it a very sexually sensual language? I mean, you know.
I mean,
Depends.
French. I think French is very sensual. It's nice, but to me, it's more complicated than the Spanish. The Spanish is.
But you know, some people do better. Some people do better in French than Spanish. Some people do.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Yeah, everybody has their thing, but for me, the Spanish just came easy. I guess it's because of my early exposure and then hearing it, and you know, now, especially now, everywhere you turn, every supermarket, every in financial institution you go is hearing hearing all the Spanish there. So I mean, we really need to get multi-bilingual, and this is what I want to do. I want to play my part.
RKG, imagine you're on the radio now, boy. You're next 99, and you just hit them as Spanish, just so, boy.
Yeah,
your stock's going up, boy. Come on, let me join the class and learn now, boy.
How much?
Yes.
How much for your classes? Do you say you're doing online classes right now?
I do online classes.
What are your prices?
I do online classes starting from 250 TT a month, and that is those.
Okay, not bad.
Classes. Yeah, for 3 months. So that is the price right now.
And you started when yesterday? You're too late to join, or?
Yes,
started yesterday.
The class is full. I may have another cycle coming on to the end of the year.
End of the year. Okay, okay.
It's busy.
Yeah, boy. That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
You all need to, especially y'all in your field, you know, it's good to know the
I mean,
and with the amount of Spanish we have in the country right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but a lot of people use the translator on the phone and stuff, you know, and try to get it. But it's good to know the actual thing. Now, is there a difference between the dialect between, you know, Colombia? There's so many different Colombia, Spain, Venezuela, Cuba. Is there different, you know, different dialects? Like you might say something to a Cuban, and from, you know, and they might feel, well, I'm to you, boy, you know, kind of thing.
Yes. There are various dialects in various countries. In Venezuela, for example, there are multiple different words that are used in different parts of the country. So just like how in Trinidad we have certain parts, somewhere we say mine, and in certain parts of Trinidad we say my one.
Yeah.
So they have things like that in all of the countries, in all the Latin American or Hispanic countries. So yes, that is true. And even myself, even though you may learn, because I learned the book Spanish and I learned the proper way and all that. And sometimes when somebody's speaking like from certain parts of these countries, I don't even understand fully what they're saying, because there are certain words that they mean one thing proper in one country, and then that same word is something derogatory in another to someone else.
Yeah, true.
Context and where you are. So yes, that was really cool.
Yeah,
but you know,
it's very important to learn the Spanish.
Yes, it is. It's really important. And
I mean, I've seen where a lot of people working together, workmen. One guy might be a Spanish, one guy might be a Trini, and the communication you could see might be a little bit difficult. Like pick up a wrench, pick up a this, pick up a that, and a two. So it's good to know.
It's very, very true. It's very true, and it's very you would hear a lot of things. I mean, I have heard about Trinis who are bilingual, sitting down in maxi taxis or conversing with their fellow Trinidadians or Trinbagonians, and two Venezuelans ill speaking them, and they are saying that the Trini don't know the Spanish. But then you turn around and they see that. Like at time, I remember I have a friend who's also bilingual, and we were feeling around mischievous. So we went in KFC. Well, of course, that was ages ago, and KFC was super. And we went in KFC. And we decided to speak in Spanish, so she was speaking, we were conversing. And we heard a Trini man say, oh, them blasted Venezuelans when you come in here to spread one set of AIDS and take people, man. And, and we were there, like, we look around, we like, we know what you're saying, you know, we hear them.
Yeah.
You know,
Sad.
we just really can't know, but it's a beautiful thing to be able to speak two languages. Life is just totally different. The music is different. The way you live.
But as you mentioned that I'm being a Spanish teacher, what do you think about the whole situation with the influx of Venezuelans to Tilt?
Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of ticklish one because, I mean, first of all, I look at it as they are human beings, you know?
Right.
If that were to happen to us now, I don't know if we would receive that kind of open arm if Trinis were in that type of thing and we were fleeing to their country. But, you know, I like to look at it firstly as they are human beings, you know, and they need to be respected, especially children. They need to be taken care for. You know, what I don't like is the influx of the crime and the weapons. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't support that at all. And the little gangs that form in and so on. Really don't support that because Trinidad and Tobago, we are already in a state. We are already in that kind of state. So we don't need that. So that's what I personally don't like. And my personal experience, one or two, most of the times with my interaction with them, you know, they're pleasant, but I have met some, one or two, you know, like the woman who...
Chris Nothing on the live says, big up my Spanish teacher one time.
Hola.
Yeah, no, Gabriela, with online teaching, I mean, of course, you would have experienced actually teaching in a classroom. Is it, of course, there's a difference, you know, I mean, do you find it's more interactive or are people adapting to this whole online learning thing?
The reality is a lot of students are falling off, A lot of students are really falling off. A lot of them, you have households where 5 people sharing one device and everybody, 2-3 people going to school and mommy not working. Yeah, you have situations where the abuse going on and all that. So for me, deep down, there are advantages, but the disadvantages really, the children not really, a lot of them, like from schools where I teach, they're not really getting, some of them not getting the best out of the experience. You understand? In households where the parents support and say, hey, listen, what you went to class this morning, you do what you're supposed to do, like some of us as parents will say, you know, let me see what you do today in maths class. Let me see what you do. Most parents are either too busy or not as supportive. So you find that the child just fall on the wayside. So really and truly, overall, in my experience, those are the negatives. But the positive thing about it is this. When you're in a classroom, you say, por favor, and you say, going to start the class, and you hear this one talking, and that one talking, and this one talking, you have to be like, shh. But when I online, I mute every man. When you're ready to, I will unmute your mic. So there's order and structure class. That is the disadvantage for me. I love that part about online learning.
Okay.
Being around them, I miss harassing them on break time, teasing them, giving little talks, you know, I miss that.
No, pertaining to you being a teacher, right? I know a few friends been teachers, and I'm gonna put this question to you. Have you ever been in an uncomfortable situation with a student? Like you're a beautiful woman. So have you ever been in a situation where a student said something or did something off? How do you deal with a situation like that, if ever?
Miss, you're wet.
I've had a few. I've had a few, but I deal with it in a way that, you know, have to be kind of professional here. But I had to deal with it by telling them in a very nice way what one of their peers will tell them. So for example, I had a student who told me, he said, Miss, wait until I finish school. Just wait until I finish school, right? He told me, you know, wait for him because he liked me and he wants to be with me, so wait for him. So I had to tell him, I say, wait for you for what? Wait for you for what? So he eventually started, you know, continuing. But I can't say on air what he told me because he was inappropriate. But I told him something inappropriate in a nice way, so he didn't know. So, but he was
Yeah.
he was an older child, so he was in Form 3, but probably like Form 5 age.
Right.
So he was letting me know, wait for him and so on. But I put him in his place. I put him in his place
Yeah,
very
up to you, little boy. You can handle this. You can handle this, little boy. Up to you.
Yeah. So I had to, just put it this way, the rest of the students were laughing and he never told me anything again.
Very
Nice,
good,
nice,
very
nice.
good.
So, yeah, and then you would have the one or two passers by where you're walking by, they would say things. I remember my very first day, the usual thing, but it's very annoying when people who don't know the language trying to track you with like 5 words.
Yeah.
So they say, hola, buenas tardes, señorita, sexy, mami. You understand? And that the students talking to you like that, so you'll have to either ignore or put them in their place. Somebody asks you, that's Trinity College? No.
What I said at Trinity College? No.
No, you're
No.
Trinity. Not Trinity.
Of course.
It could be,
Huh?
it could be Trinity.
No, not Trinity, not Mocha. Maybe the one in the east, but not Mocha. Not Mocha at all.
Why not? Why wouldn't be one in Mocha? Why not?
Not Mocha, girl. Come now, man. I like I said,
He went
I was
Mocha,
this.
he went Mocha.
I went Mocha.
I
But
will tell you otherwise. Don't say that.
maybe after the class of this. But
After your
down
class, after
very
your
much.
class.
Yeah, after my class, it went down.
And Miss, also one of your side hustles, you do makeup. Tell us about that.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
I've had a passion for makeup too for many years, and I've been doing it part time for about 10 years. So that's one of my side hustles. So I'm teaching full time. I do makeup part time, permanent, temporary. I do microblading as well on the brows. If you all don't know what that is, that's the permanent brows, like the tattoo on the eyebrow.
So all right, all right. Well, that's for people who don't have enough eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
So your tattoo, so
Yeah.
it looks natural.
Correct. So that
It's painful for the longest time. I want to take that tattoo, but I'm afraid.
Oh, your tattoo eyebrows? Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
But it helps women to boost their confidence, and I'm all about women feeling good about themselves. So that's
So you can't like. So when you tattoo your eyebrow, you can't be like surprised, like.
well, the skin will move. The skin will move like this, but the tattoo will stay the same shape, or just bend that.
Yeah. But the makeup industry has really evolved over the years,
Yeah, and I know all of them men, I met people before, and I stopped talking to people who tell me things like, you will go to hell.
Well, I was going there, I was going there because I was about to say, your makeup artists are magicians, right?
Oh, that, yeah, boy.
Some people say that, but then some people say, so a man told me that, I went and I remember going on a first date already, and the man was like, oh, true, you wear makeup? And I said, yeah, I just have on a little bit today. He said, well, you don't need makeup. I say, yes, but it's my art and my face is my canvas. He said, well, I find you don't need makeup. You shouldn't wear makeup. Okay.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Because you have to look at it as an art, right? You listen to music, that's your art, that's your craft. You represent your craft.
Yeah. It's the brand.
My craft.
But is there something that's too much? I mean, sometimes you don't want to be too much. You're looking like a clown face kind of thing. But is there something that's too much makeup? Sometimes it's done nice for, like you say, the art and maybe for a band launching, carnival, that kind of thing. But is it sometimes, oh gosh, you just girl, you don't need all of that. Do some women have like a confidence issue where they feel like they need to put on a set of makeup to
right.
kind of thing?
I think that is where the man was probably coming from. Maybe that is what he was trying to say, that there are some women who put it on as a mask to hide their the imperfections and so on. So yes, there are women who do. I won't lie. And when you do, sometimes even when I feel down and do a little makeup, it do get a little boost of confidence. I wouldn't lie. But if it is that you need it to step out of the house, or you need it, or your man or your husband can't see you without makeup, then we have problems.
Yes.
And that comes down to self-esteem. I believe that's self-esteem. But
Ada Bridget, that is going to be real with you here, Miss Ada Bridget. he told me a few years ago, he went to a party. Party was nice, party swinging. But he had a one-nighters. And he say, when he get up in the morning and turn around, it was somebody
totally different. I know gonna say that sometimes you meet a lady in a club in the night. When you reach home, is everything. I mean, it's like a totally different. Like you went to bed with a monster.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that for men.
For men it's different.
I understand for some men it could be very traumatic. You know, because that's not what you look like last night. That's why personally I don't believe in wearing too much, but I believe everything has an occasion. You know, sometimes you want to overdo it a little bit. You want to come out, you want to snatch, you want to contour to the gods, you want to be highlights, you know, and sometimes you want. But I can speak for myself. I can speak for myself when I say, sometimes I just don't feel to wear anything on my face. I just don't feel to. If you don't like it, buy it. Turn your face.
Yeah.
You know, but I just speak for myself. But I believe in not doing too much. Not doing too much, you know, you just want to enhance the features.
Yeah, like some other foundation.
Something now, since we're on the topic of women transforming or transforming. What about men with bald heads doing the head caps, the wig that they wear for trees?
You know what she's talking about, right? She's talking about the new wigs women.
No, we ain't going through that. I mean, if I
need to wear a bonnet again.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just for tonight.
I'm not bashing anyone that does it. I'm not bashing anyone that does it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
God give me hair still so good, but anytime I go ball, I taking a clean. I taking a base. I taking a base.
Take a base.
You go with the shape of your head, but some men haven't come to terms with their balding. They just
some men put in weave and think. What about the fake ras, the frass, or the fro lock something? Some guys put in fro lock something.
No problem with that. If you have a little hair, they want to change the style, and sometimes men want to see how they will look if they grow ras. Sometimes they put it in. I personally wouldn't think of it, but if it is your knee extension to feel like you could come around anybody, no. I understand, and I mean, I understand, and I think people need to talk about it a little more because more men, I find, because I retail natural skincare too, right? So more men I find complaining about patchy beards and patchy heads like they're balding, and when they speak about it, they feel very insecure. They really do, and more men balding from a younger age and graying from a younger age, so they tend to feel very uncomfortable, and you know they feel like they're losing swag. You know, you all men like to feel good about yourselves, you know.
And I proud of my ball, boy. I proud of my ball, these boy. Come now, man. Ladies, rub that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody in this life with a bad shaped head, but I've seen some before. I've seen bad shaped head and I've seen patchy beards in my life.
Some men head shape like Oswald Cobblepot. You know Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin? Oswald Cobblepot.
Miss, tell me, in 2021, what are some of the challenges you think young female facing right now in the country, in the world? Some of the challenges women, independent women, because you know a lot of times, fellas, what's the name of the guy that we look at on the live?
Kevin Samuels.
Right. He's saying a lot of women, they have high expectations, right? And they don't bring enough to the table. What are your thoughts on
that? First of all, I want to say that my knowledge of what I have seen of Kevin Samuels, I haven't seen him in a good light yet. In terms of, let me say, and I try to be very fair. All right?
Okay.
I have family members who are very stern about that, about things that he talks about, and then I am a single mother. So I'm not trying to be biased, right? I've been told some very harsh truths in my life, hurtful things, but were true and were meant for my betterment, right? What might have made somebody else feel offended. But my experience with Kevin Samuels, I see what I have seen. I've seen where he kind of brings down the woman. I don't like the way. Now, sometimes he might have a point. Sometimes, for example, this, you're always trying to take care of yourself, period. Always trying to maintain order about yourself. You can have 1 child, 0 child. I will always support taking care of yourself. No, I don't support trying to enter a relationship and not expecting to add value. As a man or as a woman, you cannot come to a relationship in 2020 with anybody as a man or woman with your hand swinging. Right?
Like I tell people in a relationship, if you ain't come to add and multiply, don't come to subtract and divide.
No, don't get me wrong. Kevin Samuels is base boy, die base father. Let me tell you some principle.
Yeah.
I realize you're number one fan.
My take on him, I find he has some very important points, but he speaks to women in a condescending kind of manner. I have a problem with that. We care for women. You know what I mean? So my thing is not what you say, but it's how you say.
I agree with you. I agree with you there. So, for example, I saw a clip where he was talking about a woman who probably had more than 1 or 2 children or something of the sort. And she was talking about her failure in relationships. And he told us something, I think that was his most viral video, where he said, well, you done already give away the thing for free, why you want to come now? And, right? No, I do agree with that. Because as women, as young girls, depending on your walk in life with your, depending on your relationship, now, I don't know if you all have daughters, but it's very important for you as a man to be there for your girl child or your niece or whoever, right?
Yeah.
No, let's be real. Let's go back a little bit. There's a lot of young girls walking around there without a proper male role model and support system. So when we get older and we do interact with men and we don't have value for ourselves, we end up in problems.
Yes, well said.
Some people go with one man and then you're saying and they don't work and they go with another man and then you have 2, 3 children. Next thing you know, you have 4 children and you don't have a proper job. And then that is just your life. There's nothing bad about that. But I believe in encouraging women and men too, right? There are a lot of narcissistic men and women out there, right? But I believe that if it is he wants to say, I see some fingers pointing, right? And well, if he knows you better than me, then I don't know what to say about that. I am not in a position to say so.
Okay.
But there's, I know about narcissistic men. Ask me. I've been there several times. So I know what to look out for, and I realized it was only after I figured out how to value myself appropriately, to respect myself in the right way. Now, somebody looking from the outside might say, well, you have very high standards. That might seem...
Nothing's wrong with that, of course. Nothing is wrong with that.
No, but if you know what you want and you're just not seeing it, should you settle for whatever is available? Then you're not progressing.
And this is what Kevin Samuels is teaching people,
well,
especially with men. No,
yeah,
that is why you have to really watch him. Don't just judge him on one or some kind. I will send you some clips of him, coming up and teaching men, because just
if you show me this, I will stand.
Yeah. Because just as much as you would say he puts down women, he puts down men too. You will tell a man, you can't be like an average man and expect this high-profile woman. You have to come up. You have to educate yourself. You have to, get that money. You have to. He talks to me. He talks, man.
No. You said you're single mom, right?
Yes.
All right. What are some of the issues? I don't know if you need to. I just asking. But what are some of the issues sometimes you think you or maybe women have dating men in 2021, in this era?
All right. Well, I'll tell you. Just like there are a lot of females walking around without good male examples, there are a lot of young boys lacking a father's love and not seeing how to really communicate properly with women. And then they want to go around people's girl children without properly healing and without being emotionally mature. And then you're finding problems. You understand? So that is so the problem is that really and truly the pool, realistically speaking, the pool right now of single men is very shaky.
Let me get Kevin Samuels on here. You might say the pool might be shaky, but is it where you're looking? You're pooling. Where are you looking?
Okay, but here's the thing. I'm not looking.
You're not looking. You're not looking. Okay. You're not. But what do you attract? Maybe you attract. What do you attract? Do you attract? You're not looking. Do you attract?
Well, I wouldn't say that I attract like bad people. in my past experience, I have attracted some really decent guys. I don't have.
So why didn't it work out? What's up? What?
When
you get married?
So when you meet someone and you speak about future, you have to have some kind of commonality.
Right.
You can't stay with somebody simply because they are nice. They can't.
Right.
I don't expect a man to stay with me because I'm nice. I want to know that what I stand for and where I am going is in line with what
Compatibility.
Exactly.
But why get into a relationship with somebody you're not compatible with?
Well, exactly. No, you don't have to get into a relationship. You get to meet people and you get to know them and you communicate. And along the way, because it's not like we automatically sign up for marriage. You meet people and you chit chat and you talk. And then, for example, you may have a very different religious perspective or take on children. You may date somebody like I have a child, I have a 15-year-old boy, and I could meet met a guy who doesn't want to have any kids.
Right.
So if you understand what I'm saying, that's two different perspectives. What if I wanted another child?
Right.
Then
And plus you already have a child. So if a guy is saying that in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I already have a child, you don't want to have kids, what would happen there? You know what I mean?
What he said to me? He said, I want to travel the world and I like what we have here.
Right.
So there was
no not settling for that.
Yeah, there was no discussion about, hey, what do you want? Do you want any children? No, there was nobody asked me anything.
Okay.
You understand? So that's
probably
one
just
example.
assume. Yeah, but you're a woman was like I said, anybody relationship, male or female, you have to know what you want. Once you know what you want, trust me, you have to know what you want.
When you don't
Yeah,
know what
but you
you
don't know
want,
what you
you're
want.
going around there while, taking the best of what is available as opposed to taking what is right for you. You just wasting time. So I believe the best is stay by yourself, enhance yourself, be the best self, yourself, be the best version of you that you can be. And what will happen? Learn to love yourself as an individual.
Learn to love yourself. Yeah, boy.
Look, I could be by myself for days
Oh my God, I'm not gonna say I'm an introvert. I could be by myself all day. I love being by. This COVID time is the best time for me. I love being by myself. I'm telling you, God, it's great.
I can tell people, best you don't come by me, no, COVID.
Girl, I tell people that before COVID. You wanna come by me? Okay, no, I'm not home. Ring, bass. Hey, bass. I know my inside. I'm not gonna answer.
So Gabby, we want to thank you for your time. We have Renzo and who else? Someone else on the line. We want to thank you for your time.
But give out your Instagram handles now. Let us know about your classes and that kind of thing.
My Instagram handle is GABE_the_MUA. And on there you'll find information about my Spanish classes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
What's that MUA though? What is MUA?
So a lot of men don't know, but MUA stands for makeup artist.
Oh.
And when you see PMUA, permanent makeup artist. So I am a
Gabby.
Okay, MUA.
Men just check it for makeup.
Huh?
Men just check it for makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
men or men?
Weddings and TV and
men or men?
Some
men? Okay, yeah, man. I'll check it for some makeup.
All right, thanks again.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Bye, Gabriella. Lovely. Nice one. Beautiful.
Yeah, good vibes to Gabby. And on the live, if you realize tonight, a lot of constructive talk on the live.
On the live. And look at that. Look at that. Constructive talk on the live. What you join the live and talk. If anybody has anything constructive to add, you Dion who say no kind of mess. If they don't like Kevin, if only want Kevin Samuels all day tonight, ladies come on the live, I'm ready for all, I'm ready for you all.
Boy.
Hey, boy Renzo, boy.
Yeah, okay.
Boy Renzo, boy. Renzo, boy.
Boy, the villain.
Renzo, na boy.
TikTok behind the shop, so cause we in your head, eat it up. Turn around cause I want eat it up now. I'ma want feel it up now. Make it set for my thing now. Make it slap for my thing, baby box for my thing. Make a man freaking know.
Yeah, man. Renzo in the building. Easy, Renzo.
Hey,
Pick up
what's up,
yourself,
guys?
man.
What's up, guys?
We
Good
good, we
man.
good, we good, we good, we good. Wait, no, Renzo, you one of the artists. I say the next 2 years is very possible you could win the road match, you know,
Uh-huh.
2 years. Next year, boy.
with the amount of
Yeah.
Spanish share,
Uh,
with the amount of Spanish share. Well, Renzo, what you been up to with the pandemic? Talk to us.
well, trying to survive like anybody else. Like, the industry kind of tough for us, but we still have to go at it strong, 100%. I've been working on my Spanish EP, and yeah, I dropped one song off of the EP, which was the Malo, and I have a remix coming out for that very soon, and more tracks coming out, more tracks. Soca, we just working, So you have
in terms of you
have to keep occupied no matter what, and what I'm trying to do too is try to exercise, try to get my mind in the right place, because I know how
mental.
hard it is. It's very difficult for artists. And now, as things opening up for us to fly out, and then we still have to put together things to fly, So
yeah. Now we started off talking about side hustles, Renzo. I mean, do you have artists on, like I say, artists lockdown, Renzo have a side hustle. What are you doing? You're planting, you're selling. No shame, no game, Renzo is a man sell underwear and brand panty and all kind of handbag and thing, all kind of carriage. You laugh, and they used to laugh at me. Every time I go away and fly, I make sure I come back, I have something to sell. I sell in my handbag and thing, and you know what? That money in the bank. Still, I never spend it. You understand? Have a side hustle, Renzo. What's your side hustle?
And make an honest living, You can't laugh at that.
Yeah.
Once it's an honest
telling
living.
You. Yeah.
Well,
So where's your side hustle? Where's your side hustle, Renzo? What are you doing?
Well, I enter brokerage, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that off here.
Stocks and bonds. Nice, man. Nice,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
I feel it. You being were you born Trinidadian or you came to Trinidad?
I was born in Venezuela, Ciudad Bolívar. That's like more like countryside of Venezuela. And I moved here as a baby, so I went to primary school, secondary school, kindergarten, everything here. That's
so
why
basically actually.
Yeah, I'm a Trini, yeah.
Yeah, but how was that coming for you? I remember there was one guy I went to school, he was from Venezuela, a guy called Frank Rivers. People used to tease him and all kind of thing. How was that, being from Venezuela and being in school in Trinidad and thing?
No, everybody consider me like a Trinidadian, because
Okay.
I grew up in this culture, So
yeah.
I didn't really see any difference. Now when I'm 2021, you get a lot of people who will say, hey, amigo, que más? Because the influx of the Venezuelans now, it became more demanding now, and people will more come to you that way than before, So it's all good and thing, but one thing I do support is these xenophobic people out there who look down. Yeah. Everybody is human according to what the beautiful lady was saying before, that you can't look down at anybody when we don't know what situation people going through in Venezuela, and to come in that period takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, it does.
As we on that topic, because I see a post sometimes on Facebook. You would have a different view from a lot of different people, because you were born in Venezuela and you grew up here in Trinidad, so your heart in both places, right?
Yeah.
We know there's a current situation with a lot of the Venezuelans coming across the tent.
Yeah.
We have mixed views on it, right?
Yeah.
But what is your view sitting on the both sides of the fence?
Well, as of anything is a negative and a positive, but you always have to look at the positive side of things, where it will kind of enhance our culture, open our cultures. Like how when you go to Miami, you have so many different cultures in one. We done already a mixed culture. You have more coming here, more skilled people coming across here. That's the positive. The negative is, well, you never know who's coming. If there's a crime, if there's drugs, so it's two sides of the coins, But the situation in Venezuela is very hard, and I could understand why they're coming across here. Desperation, life or death situation, and we can't look down at them still, man.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Of course. How's your mom? I know your mom is like an activist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for the Venezuelans and stuff. She helps them a lot. So when they come here, I mean, who do they already know they come into to somebody who they turn into, or do they get help? They go straight over. What do you see when they come? Because it must be a very difficult process and thing.
No, when some of them just come and just for coming sake, you know, they don't even know what move to make, you know, they just come just for a different life, you know. It's not like you know, they come with a plan and say, yeah, we're gonna talk to this person, because remember, it's a whole different culture. Come in here, they don't know the language, so yeah, it's a difficult thing, you know.
And what some people have to understand too, there are plenty of lawyers, doctors, professionals coming here too, you know, and just how they end up working next to nothing in bars and that kind of thing. Don't look at all of them like, you know, they're nothing, you know what I mean, but they're just coming for a better life.
You can imagine being a big time lawyer or a judge or something and you have to come and you have to sweep some backyard or some restaurant or something.
And
boy, that's
a few amount of people who go like that, you know, lawyers, professional people, you know, who studied years, skills, and they have to come to, you know, just to live, just to survive, you know. So
how do you think as an artist, someone, how you could help this situation or bring more light to it or something? You feel like you're doing enough, or you ain't want to get involved in that kind of?
Well, I try to be in the two sides of things, because I can understand both sides of the picture, you know. But one thing I disagree on 100% is these xenophobic people out there. I mean, in recent times too, people will say, hey, go back to your country, tell me that. They don't even know I can speak English, or I'm a Trinidad. Hey, what are you doing there? What are you doing in Trinidad? Go back to your country. You know, so it's a sad thing, and it's not just
some people just forget.
It's not just Venezuelans. We have Cubans, we have Dominicans.
A lot of people forget we come here as slaves, you know.
Yeah.
No, some people just forget their family go on New York and Brooklyn and can't come back.
Yeah.
Some of them just forget that.
Exactly.
Forget that.
Yeah. So
you know, so can't be doing that, man.
Can't be doing that at all, you know. So it is.
So let's get back to
look at the positive
music
things now, and hopefully the culture will open up more. You'll get to in the radio stations. You'll get to hear all different cultures. You know, not just
boy.
Yeah.
I find it's about time I'd have somebody Spanish on the airwaves, on the air. Like if I were programmed, like I would have a Spanish show. I know Papito was on Hot 93 and things. But you know, I want to hear Spanish on the radio, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea too. That's a good idea too.
We have the El Mundo signature to give away. Take a look, El Mundo. It's called the truffle, the Noel. All right. Mundo. So anybody who know a little Spanish can come on the live, and you know, any questions you have for Renzo.
Yeah, actually, you and Renzo could have a full Spanish conversation. You can impress Renzo in Spanish.
Renzo be inviting people to come on the
live. You want to hear one of my favorite songs from Renzo, boy? I love this song from Renzo, but this is one of my favorite songs from Renzo. I'll show you, I don't remember this song.
We can be in the streets right now. We go to take over the world right now. We go disengage and touch this edge. Lord is on the rocket ship, but we going up the stage. Take a drop, bitch, you put on, you don't know where. Get your back and we don't know why. Take your foot on, you don't know. To take your soul worldwide. Any day, it's time to celebrate. Lord is on the rocket ship, but we going up the stage. Take a drop, bitch, you put on.
That big tune, I love that song, buddy.
Yeah. I could tell you something. Me and Bass go way back, you know. Bass will understand the grind I used to go through to get my music out there.
Man.
Yeah.
As a study grind, right? People might watch you and think, hey, you privileged, you're a red boy, you're Spanish.
Nah.
He doesn't all the girls around him. He has some of the best music videos. He lucky, but a lot of people don't know the challenges. I remember you coming to me. I can't remember it was your brother. I was working 105, and that was way back in the days. That is when you used to drop off your CDs, but your stuff always look professional, well packaged. For those who are the live and the people, go share the live also. Tell us now some of the real challenges you had coming up in the game.
Well, still going through challenges, you know. I mean, but people don't understand back in the days when we have to go out there, radio station to radio station with CDs and kind of beg for interviews, just beg for that opportunity to get your music heard out there. And at that time, I was trying to create something new to the market, and I don't think that Trinidad was ready for it at that time. And I was just pushing for that, knocking on the door right through, and just getting the door slammed. And once you believe in yourself, once you believe in the product you have, look, I'm in this thing 17 years now, 17 years, and I'm still going, and I still don't feel to give up. So you must have a passion and a love for this, and you can't let any sort of disappointments bring you down at all. That's like motivation for me. That's like, sometimes you look at a track and you'll say, I should have changed this. But all of that is the learning process and becoming better as an artist. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity. With all the people who helped me out, especially you, Base. I know, like, almost every week I used to go for an interview by you just to get my music heard. And you used to give me the opportunity, you used to give me the blind, and you say, yeah, big up Lorenzo, and play my music. So I'm grateful for that,
Yeah, man, respect, man, respect. But I think the world ready now because reggaeton is out there, Renzo.
Yeah.
Reggaeton is out there.
Yeah.
So you're still trying to like make the fusion with the reggaeton and the soca, or you're doing pure reggaeton.
No,
even with reggaeton and calypso, look, we were talking last week about going back to that word calypso.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, wait, where's the fusion? Where's your music? Where you think the thing heading? Where you trying to take it?
Well, I can tell you something. When I went to Colombia, I went to Colombia when I probably missed like 2 carnivals just to push my music out there in Colombia. And I was promoting soca at the time. I was promoting our culture. I was saying, okay, well, I'm from the land of soca, but they didn't know what soca was. I have to rephrase it as calypso. When I said calypso now, it's calypso. Okay, and that's how you have to kind of bring it to them now, in that picture. So it's how you package the whole thing. And the type of music I do soca on one side, reggaeton on the next side. I try not to fuse it too much because I still want to capture the 2 markets at the same time, with 2 different styles, but not
yeah, man. Big up Red Spaniard on the live.
Yeah, big up the Red Spaniard.
Yeah, big up the Red Spaniard.
Who was there? DJ Houston. Yeah, he's a man that know the Spanish culture, man. He support our music 100% and real bad.
A woman soca baby say, "Hey, this Renzo, this one is for you," because obviously based on myself, not red like you. So this is for you. Soca baby Titi says this is one sexy ass red man. How can you get you?
You're sure it's Renzo? You should talk him out.
I don't know.
Renzo, you should watch my Renzo and Kes do a song together, boy. They go wet down themselves.
Yeah.
Renzo and Kes should write a song by. Write a song by Renzo and Kes, boy. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Do something, man. Yeah,
man. You ever reach out to Kes? Like, you ever reach out to Kes for a collaboration?
Like, you ever reach out to a big artist and say, let me do something now? How does treat you, boy? But some of them is dogging.
Well, I had some stories. I don't want to call no names, but I had
God.
Serious stories.
Well, give us this story now.
The one story, give the story, Give me the story, we go guess the name.
Nah, I don't want to put myself...
No, we ain't go guess the name. Just give me the story. Give me the story.
Well...
just give me the story.
Well, I had stories where I brought the demo towards them. They agreed on doing the song. They said, yes, the song real bad, we're doing it. Next week I'm going and record. I booked the studio, and the studio they're waiting, and they never show. And I call in. I saying, yo, you come in. And they're more angry. They say, why you calling up my phone for?
What?
Yeah. And at that time, they agreed on the song. Gas me up. Say yes, the song.
So when you book the studio, all right.
Spending our money, boy.
You book the studio.
Yeah.
Pay the producer.
Yeah.
You waiting on them. When you call them now, they want to know what you calling them for.
Yeah. And they vex. They're more vex.
You ain't cuss them in Spanish. RKG, don't let us live cut off and you ain't say nothing.
When they cuss in Spanish, Renzo.
Yeah. Cuss somebody in Spanish. Cuss RKG. It's RKG all yeah. No, RKG, cuss RKG. I don't get cuss some sauce boss and guy. He's already RKG too. Yeah, just
cuss. Man.
All right. Just cuss regular.
Let me have cuss with in
No,
Spanish.
teach me how to cuss. I like to cuss. Teach me how to cuss. I go say it. Well, tell me to cuss in Spanish.
You see what you already doing, huh?
No, what do you say? Fuck to la madre? Something I know.
Mama huevo.
Mama whale.
Huevo.
Oh,
What I mean in Chile?
Huevo. That means
Mama whale.
that means sucker egg, but you know.
Oh my
Spanish,
gosh! You know some
Spanish
men maybe hear that and feel it's some kind of nice
Spanish,
thing.
But and if it's
Oh.
translated, it's sucker egg.
Mama whale.
Right,
Mama whale.
right.
I suck a egg, boy. I sure some men hear that and they feel, oh, this girl love me, yes? Mama
So we,
whale.
of course, we're inviting people on the live. We have this giveaway. We have this
Yeah,
giveaway.
show it now, man. Show it. El Mundo. What El Mundo means?
El Mundo means the world.
The world, okay.
So we have El Mundo signature. All right, that is the cocktail.
Yeah, nice and nice.
Couple dinner well.
Yeah, any ladies only, if any ladies could come and have a nice conversation in Spanish with Lorenzo. Bring a lady on there. Who they, Roma? Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
We'll play our next song, the Lorenzo. Remember this song? There's a... Oh, like she coming on there.
RKG up to something there, no?
No, but the see the ladies that I'm doing Spanish.
It has some ladies have a Spanish last name, Hernandez and thing, and they can't speak one word of Spanish.
No, check it out. Let me be real, Renzo. I sure it are fellas that just want to be your friend because the amount of Spanish ladies is there.
No comment.
I want to be a friend, Renzo. I's your friend.
Nah, bro.
Renzo, remember this song?
They're saying, boy, why don't invite me to your music video, boy? I go whole night and
yeah.
something. Oh gosh, boy. You ain't invite me to all, boy. But when it comes to sharing your music, they ain't doing it, huh?
Oh gosh.
You see?
Some of them don't even know the name of your song. But the CD video.
You see?
The CD video.
Okay, call them back.
Why invite me, boy? Them girls real sexy. You know?
Should I say a show based on one of them?
Yeah. But what about getting the Spanish community to support you, Renzo? How hard is that? That is difficult to really support.
Well, before the pandemic, I was actually into promotion and stuff like that.
Right,
so
yeah.
Events.
Yeah.
Every week, I was like one of the #1 promoters at the time. Promoting parties and stuff in Trinidad and Tobago, and it was going very good. But at one point, I was like, you know what? I want to put it aside, focus more on my music. So I did the culture to support me. But at the same time, I wanted to focus on the Trinidad culture as well. So I kind of put that aside.
I want to talk a little bit about, and I want to be real with Lorenzo. It is real. I want to talk a little bit about prostitution on that side. Is it because it's heavy in the world today, and we know, I mean, people of all walks of life do it, but for some reason, especially right now in Trinidad, you hear a lot about, working Spanish, working people from Venezuela. You think, I know someone who said it to me that they have a friend that they don't really want to do it, but they don't have a choice because of their present situation. Your take?
My take, well, I can't really relate to that in that side of things, but I can understand where they come from and the desperation to do it. You know? So to judge them on that side of things is very hard to judge them, because where they come from, zero, to come here and try to make a living.
Should I say and back this Spanish teacher? What I like to hear Renzo and she go back and forth talking Spanish.
Oh yeah, boy.
She might be going in a bed or she in live still.
And of course, there's the human trafficking factor too. A lot of people take advantage of, the Spanish people when they come here. You know what I'm saying? And that is wrong. I hope the authorities really calm down on that, because that is not good, man.
Yeah, well, I see the cracking down on lots of people, so that's a good thing. So, commend the authorities, and we need to find more of them out there, Yeah, we have the blood-sucking predators out there too who just prey on women out there, and you know, you hear horrible stories, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to find them people too.
Yeah, boy. Of course, boy. So after the pandemic, what's your plans post-pandemic, Renzo? What's your plans?
Well, my plans now is to finish the album, release another track, release a video. Right now, I'm planning process of a production company to video production wise. So yeah, all of those any work is a more futuristic side of things. So I don't want to really talk about it until, you know, we at it at 90%. Right now we at it at 40%.
I know, Renzo, you've been doing it for years, and I will tell you something to Ebis. For years, you know, Renzo is a man been telling the soil, been out there, he made a name for himself, and his brother been supporting him from inception. Now the brother started to sing. Where's the whole
brother singing?
Managing here, he been behind it, he decided to sing.
Now,
what's up with that?
Now he real passionate about it, you know, and anybody who passionate about anything, I will support, man. If they put in work and, you know, they don't just look at it as a joke, and, you know, I will respect them. So I respect him now, you know, he put in any work, he's a man, love the studio, he love the spotlight too.
Yeah, he loves spotlight. I'm not gonna say that he love our spotlight, you know.
Yeah, he loves the spotlight too.
But before it had ring light, yeah, they brother, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Your brother love our spotlight, boy.
You know, at the time I was just settling down, I was just relaxing home, and easy man going out and party, all the Latin party.
Yeah.
So when I come to step out now, they tell the Latin community telling me, you're Gustavo, brother, the singer Gustavo. They forget about me, you know. They say,
yeah, brother big boy, yeah, brother big out there.
Yeah, so
easy man on the ground, easy man on the ground, he is man on the ground.
Yeah, easy man on the ground.
Easy man.
So big up to Gustavo. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Renzo, you remember the song?
Very supportive, you've been very supportive. I mean,
of course.
The guy, if you ever releases, he called and he behind the track.
Yeah,
he has been very supportive.
Yeah, he's a
good manager, boy.
Man. Generally, my entire family have been 100% supportive, and that's one thing I'm very blessed to have, because I know a lot of artists out there don't have that kind of support too. So I am privileged to have my mom, my stepdad, my brother, other family members supporting me and pushing me and motivating me, and yeah, thank God for that, man.
Yeah, man, respect, man. Renzo, remember the song? Remember the song, boy? The old song you do. I wanna wet your body. You got a fever. After you get it out, no reason for it. I wanna wet your body. Come on, fan with Renzo down in his side. I'm a big Renzo fan, boy.
Yeah, I realize. I want to say goodnight to Wendy from Washington Live. Big shout to Wendy. Anybody having problem for water, can call Wendy.
Yeah, well, listen back to
That's me, Renzo, and a girl called Deandra, boy. From that 2011. I didn't know you yet, but I 2011, but you wasn't. You was still in the nutsack.
Boy, go for it.
Yeah, but listen back to us.
So, all right. So here what? Gabi.
Yeah. That's all good to go. Huh? You're saying
I want to bring Gabi. Gabi, I want to bring you back on the line. Because Renzo is a Spanish man. You know what I mean? And Gabi is a Spanish teacher. So let me see if I can get Gabi back on the live. Gabi, come and join me on the live. You wanna hear Renzo? You wanna hear? Boy, nice.
Hi.
Nice.
Hi again.
Hola, Gabi, ¿cómo estás?
Hola.
Buenas noches.
Pero bien.
Sí, bien chévere, gracias a Dios.
Sí, claro. Oh, the two of them was just like, what is going on here?
No,
No, we go, we watch it, we learn it, we want to learn it.
we watching all the conversation. Let's say you all conversating in Spanish, back and forth. Let's anything, whatever.
Mis amigos me estaban contando que tú hablas español muy bien. Tú eres...
Sí, gracias, intentó. Trato de mejorar cada día.
Sí, y tiene el acento muy bien.
Sí, gracias. Y gracias por sus buenas palabras sobre mis opiniones de los venezolanos.
Sí, claro.
Es una situación muy grave.
Me da mucha pena por eso.
Sí.
Porque tú sabes
Que hablamos
cómo
con
los
muchos
venezolanos...
es muy triste.
Sí, tú sabes cómo los venezolanos están sufriendo y siempre viene para acá para otra oportunidad. ¿Me entiendes? Es muy difícil. Muy grave.
Y los empresarios no tienen un mente abierto contra ellos. Es muy triste.
Pero muy pronto va a haber la diferencia. Aquí va a cambiar como Miami, como Puerto Rico. Va a haber la diferencia.
Sí.
Oh boy, hey, I don't know what the hell all this standing.
Yeah, it's sound good.
We were just talking about the situation in Venezuela.
All right, so they want you to translate what was the conversation?
Rosa, you want to go first?
Yeah, well, what Gabby was saying was that she's very happy about the words I was given about the Venezuelans, what they've been going through, and I've been supporting that side of things, and that we have to be more open-minded towards it, and not just look at the negative side, but the positive side of things too. And I was telling her that one day we'll be able to get like Miami and Puerto Rico, and become a multicultural country, that will accept us.
Espero que sí.
Yeah.
Claro.
Just now you'll see the menu in Spanish and English.
Yeah. Well, we already see that in the street signs and things. Yeah, man. Beautiful, man.
Well, I mean, you being a Spanish teacher and Renzo being born Venezuelan, grew up here in Trinidad and Tobago. How do you think Trinidad and Tobago will look in the next 15 years?
Oh my gosh.
Very different. We'll have a lot of globalization, a lot of people.
Yeah, we are changing it.
And that's why I tell people, learn these two languages to make yourself more marketable. You speak Spanish, learn English. You speak English, learn Spanish, because it's not a matter of it's my language and your language and my culture and your culture. I mean, we are all human beings, and we have to stop this my and your, because when it's convenient to us, we take it, right? When the Venezuelan woman coming around, we like it, right? But when we vex at the Venezuelan, you understand? We tend to be a little bit biased at times. We want it for when we want it, for the limes when we want to call them, we want them to dance and whatever, but we don't want them here. So what we really want. So I say...
Yeah, we really want.
We really want, right? Yeah. So I say in 10 to 15 years, Trinidad will be almost, I mean, it takes a lot of time, decades, to get any country like fully bilingual. Like those countries where you see you can do either or, it takes a while. But at the rate we are going, like managers are learning the Spanish because they realize they have employees who are Venezuelans and so on. You have to learn. So I think in 15, 20 years, if you all don't get yourself together with the Spanish, you'll be like, Grandpa, you still don't know that Spanish.
I want to join your class right now. We have to join your class. I
could give you a perfect example of a country, a small country, that people out there speaking 6 languages. And that's St. Martin. I was so amazed.
St. Martin, okay.
Yeah, St. Martin,
when I went across there. You have the Dutch side, you have the French side, you have a lot of Dominicans out there, people who speak patois, and
a lot of expats go there to live.
Some people know 5, 6 languages, and I like how you could comprehend all of that in your mind. That's
why
it's amazing.
Language learning is not hard. We make it hard. Language learning is really not difficult. No, it's not. I'm telling you.
Learn a language.
What is Venezuela like national dish? What's some of the big delicacies in Venezuela?
the big delicacies. Well, my favorite is the breakfast, which is the arepas con
Arepas.
Yeah,
y carne.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. And when you have the rice with the black beans and the chopped up beef, that's a nice cuisine too. That I'm accustomed to. And during Christmas time, instead of the pastel, we call it ayaka. Yeah,
Okay.
so
But is it the
Ayaka.
same thing? Is it the same ingredient? Is it the same thing?
no. They kind of switch it up a little bit. Sometimes they put a little boiled egg inside. Well, more of the olives. They make it with chicken instead of beef. Yeah.
Yeah, I know so that corned beef, like all they like to cook corned beef and pasta and fool people and thing.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Nonsense. Nonsense. Terrible.
No,
Terrible.
then don't call it pastel. Don't call it
Yeah,
pastel.
some
Don't do that.
people doing that.
Yeah. So we have to get like that one day. We have to kind of accept the different languages, learn from it.
Cultures,
Not just to what you call it, study it, but learn it as in practice it as in to speak to people, to conversate with people. That's the real challenge, because I'm a man. When I was in QRC, I learned French, but I can't remember French now because I didn't practice with anybody. But I was like,
serious?
My
Comment vous
strongest
appelez-vous?
subject was French.
So someone said here, so we're talking about killing off the Trini culture. No, we're not talking about that.
No.
We
Yes,
never
like this
said
what
that.
Trinis, I just can't understand Trinis for this, man.
But let me ask something, right? I just want to interject here, right? He's saying like we're talking about killing the Trini culture, but a lot of the people, I find there are people who quick to defend the Trini culture, right? But then
Conveniently,
we have to realize that we are very Americanized. We have stolen or taken, absorbed, adopted a lot of the American culture and want to call it our own. The way we dress, the way we speak, the things we do, and that's fine. But are we embracing our own Trinbagonian culture? Are we promoting our culture? Are we promoting our local legends? Or do we just wait till they die? Do we just wait till they die?
As you said that, Gabby, because this is a topic that we've been having we've been discussing it in the last month. So the Michael B. Jordan situation, you know about that? With the Juvie rum.
Yeah.
Right? People went holistic, people went crazy. The fact that they took the name Juvie, and a lot of times we don't even support the own people. We don't even support the own stuff here. Right?
We want to claim Juvie.
We want to claim the word Juvie, but name one rum from Trinidad goes under the name Juvie, or one street in Trinidad goes under the name Juvie. But we want to claim Juvie.
Sure.
Yeah.
We want to take
not
everything and have it, but really and truly, we are not, Trinidad and Tobago is not we're not a very proud country. Like you have those other countries that are very patriotic. We don't have national pride. Let's be real. National pride is almost dead. I mean, I was speaking to
perfect example.
I'm not very interested in calypso.
Yeah.
You know?
Not just in music too, in sports. Like if
sport.
Yeah, if Trinidad not doing good, the stadium empty.
Come on, Soca Warrior ball,
Yeah, but
right? They now start to like Soca, but they win. Soca Warrior win 2 games. They love our Soca Warriors.
Yeah.
Well, yes, dog boy.
Watch Kishon Walcott. Watch Kishon Walcott from his history when he started to when he win the big difference.
Yeah.
They support you when you reach.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some license to soca artists. Like I think when it comes to soca artists, we're proud. We like that because that's what is international. But do we really support people? I mean, it's the same thing. Like people like myself, when you started a small business, you don't really get the support from within your community. You get the support from outside. You get the support from the foreigners, from the people who don't know you. That's where you get the support from, and that is how it is for sports, local athletes. Local musicians, you find like we don't respect them,
What can we do to change that? Because a lot of times we talk about the problem, but what are some of the solutions? What are some of the ways you think we can really change people?
National pride. National pride.
The national pride. The issue is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the issue is from primary school, we are not really taught much about our culture, and it's not really enforced. But we have a little social studies, where you learn a little map here and the national emblems, and then Christopher Columbus, and then when you get into standard 4 and standard 5, SES, maths and English alone, and then you drop social studies.
So what you're saying as a teacher, it should be implemented in the schools.
Yeah, we have to enforce it. We have to enforce it, and we have to make it fun. We have to make it fun somehow. We have to. Our children have to see us respecting the Rashoti and all these people who paved the way, in at least in the field of music and the other fields. You have to see your mother's well, oh, you know about Rashoti, you know about this one, and not just yes, Nyla Blackman, of course, but remember how grandfather was a legend. Her family comes from music. Why we don't talk about it? You know.
But you see, you as a teacher, can we incorporate? Last week we was talking about that. Incorporate more of our culture and calypso and that kind of thing in schools, like make it cool. I know them youths and them might want to hear recording on the zest and that kind of thing. But how can we make it cool for them to incorporate it in the school curriculum?
Simple. I remember we had a talent show in our school a while back, and the students didn't want to participate. We get some radio stations involved, and they put some lovely prizes, money, a phone. You see how fun people
attractive.
All of a sudden to come on the stage. So we have to adapt to what they like and change the education system.
Yeah, gotta find a balance.
Make it attractive. We have to make it attractive.
Yeah.
Like it. They would not like it.
Gotta put some makeup on it.
Put some makeup.
RKG, don't let this life cut off and you didn't save it. Eh?
No.
Let's go on to Patricia. Hey, look, Renzo saying something there.
The proper way for Gabby to say it about Trinidad is to put more foundation in the culture.
Yeah, we have to set the foundation.
Foundation in the culture. That's right.
Renzo knows one or two things about makeup, boy.
Yeah, boy. Renzo, boy.
Well, I mean, you have to know it's a good conversation starter for the ladies.
You never put on makeup on KG. You never put on makeup on a video.
I was telling something for me. Yeah, but I don't overdo. Because in music videos, it's a must. If you're not music videos, you might sweat. But I put very slight makeup because I don't want to come out looking like a drag queen, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody, but me putting makeup on my face is very, very slight. Because I see men put on makeup already in music videos and they look like they're preparing for the burial.
Yeah, and then men's skin, yours very fortunate. Your skin don't suffer like ours. A man's skin is tougher and less resilient to acne because you all don't have the hormones, all the things going on like us. So you find that for a man, for a music video, all he wants is a little primer and a light powder. For a woman, we might need a little more. We might more have the acne and the discoloration. And we might oil more in certain areas. You all could just wash your face with blue soap for your whole life. And you'll be fine. You never have to moisturize. All
right. Every say I go out to Patricia on the live. Big up Patricia, boy. I beg. She used to be on another live on a Wednesday, but she come in to join us. Hi, Patricia. That's your co-worker, RKG.
Somebody say makeup make us fishy.
Fishy, you say?
Fishy.
Okay.
How does makeup make you fishy? I don't understand.
Yeah, that person,
all right. So
that person a little phobic there, a little phobic.
Who wants to explain it to her? Because I don't think she understood. Renzo?
Was that fishy? No, she understands. Of course, she goes to Chen Mokolapa, you know. She know what fishy means.
Fishy and then...
Yeah, she don't understand.
That's
so someone says here.
Oh, you didn't understand? I thought you understood that.
All right, I was away from that.
Yeah, we in 2021 now.
Yeah. Stay from that. But on the word of fishy, let me be real. We having a conversation here. Based I put in
Yeah, boy.
I put in the question to be space. Do you have gay friends?
If I have gay friends, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
All right.
I might have some friends who gay and I don't know. And I don't know.
I find Renzo staying quiet.
No, no.
Oh, because you
listen,
didn't ask him anything.
You didn't ask me anything, so.
No, the question is also asked to you.
Yeah. And
Yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
in 2021,
in 2021,
Category is
in 2021 now, and also, I do
right.
say
I would tell you what a personal experience I had. I remember years ago, my mom used to travel a lot, right? So my mom used to go London a lot, and she go in London. You know, I have an aunt, you know, that is openly bisexual. You know what I mean? And she had a lot of friends. So my mom made a lot of friends in London. And I remember I was like, I want to give you the age. I was like somewhere around 14, 15. And no, I was older than that. I had my license. I was about 17. All right. But when my mom came back to Trinidad, she told me, she said, here this man. She said, I have a friend coming to stay with us. But I need to tell you something first, right? So she was like, the individual is homosexual, right? As she said, the individual is homosexual. And at that time, growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, somebody being homosexual back in that time was a little bit alien to us. You know what I mean? So I was like, what? And we sleeping, and she was like, I want to give him your bedroom. You understand? Because we had 3 rooms in the house, they sleep with your brother. I was displeased at that time. I had a real problem with it. And I remember when he came, she left. And we were both in the living room and we started having a conversation. And in the conversation now, he said, well, I know my mom told you that, you know, I am homosexual, and you know, that's my lifestyle. That is who I am. And we started talking, and believe it or not, in the conversation, I get to realize the individual was really a nice person. I took him to the barber, and years after so many years, right? He would still, anytime he come to the dad, he would still come visit my mother, and that kind of break my mentality back then about people that maybe is a homosexual, bisexual, lesbian, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
It open up your mind. It open up your mind.
Yeah, my mind was open back then.
Came
That was
out there,
my first real encounter with something like that.
That's RKG's gay story, people. That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Oh, RKG, man. RKG.
Yeah, that's my favorite song, boy.
What is that, boy?
You want to play more?
What would you?
I'm a man of conviction. Come on,
Yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. RKG loves Boy George, you know, people. Hello, how you doing?
Boy George song is actually a song I wanna do a cover of, right? I wanna do a cover of.
No.
You know, so
Nah, that's a timeless song.
Yeah, you gotta watch her covering that boy, but him I call him Boy George, yeah. You gotta watch her covering that RKG.
But I mean, we're in a different kind of world now, and even as a teacher, I see that you really cannot come into certain professions and have that kind of mindset, because you meet you meet girls, boys, different sexual orientation, and it's not you to judge them, you know. And
that's a good point.
You have all. I see them all as children. I see them all as needing love, and you know, nothing less.
But hear this, Miss, right? As you're on the topic of it, and I will put this based on the view, Renzo, right? Because I have a family member also that I know ever since he was maybe very, very young, he showed signs, and now he's open, right? As a teacher, you would obviously see that, and maybe in classroom they would be teased by it. Or you deal with situations like that?
Well, I'll tell you something. In my experience, especially with boys who show signs of homosexuality, most of the times they're very popular and they handle themselves very well. You'll be surprised that it was in our time that when we used to judge and scorn, teenagers or classmates when they show signs of having a homosexual orientation. But now,
it's normal. It's normal.
Yeah, like they're popular and they have their personality, and everybody knows them. And it's like the children, for the most part, they don't see. They don't.
Yeah, children don't see it.
They don't see it. They don't. Yeah. So even
one thing with children, children don't really see differences,
Somebody said, "Oh, that's why he misinterpreted what I said. He's a Boy George fan."
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but children don't really see differences, with race and I think it's adults who put that in them, I mean, look at RKG song. Look your song, RKG.
There's a love in your eyes all the way. If I listen to your lies, would you say I'm a man without foundation? I'm a man because I know
it's a big song called
No. I can't front on that.
I could give you only an example of an experience I had when I went to Tobago. I went to this concert. This particular artist was the main actor. So Marshall before, Kes before went on, and when this artist came on with the piano and started to sing, my paw started to raise like crazy. You know who artist that was?
John Legend.
Oh God, wait, let me tell you what artist that was. Oh God, this artist?
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
it's a human side.
Biggest artist in the world. I can't touch artist.
Things go wrong.
Or they could come around me with music.
Clearly not.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you could actually
boy.
You could actually feel his soul when he was singing it live, and everybody had the glasses on, and I was like in amaze, like, wait, but this man different.
Because like music.
That was my jazz festival.
Yeah, jazz festival. I can't remember which one it was, but
Yeah. Music. When it comes to music has no color. Like I say, there's certain things that we just spoil everything. Human beings just spoil everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now there's a different thing going on with the gender, like with children from young. You say there's parents who are supporting their children with the gender change. Little boys want to be girls and girls want to be boys. There's some people totally against that. I don't know. No, that kind of different. Even we seen this thing in the Olympics now. A lot of people saying how they ban this girl Shakara Richardson with the weed, and then you're allowing a transgender person to compete with women in the Olympics. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It really is a lot. I mean, it's a very difficult issue.
Yeah.
Somebody said 2014, so that was
2014. Okay.
yeah.
I put some remember good, but they was there with their glasses. Hello. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the
Renzo, on the topic of artists, right, and the culture and that kind of thing. What are some of the artists you would like to work with outside of soca?
Outside of soca, well, in the Latin side of things, I would like to work with Nicky Jam, J Balvin, Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony is a big one too.
Yeah, Mark Anthony still saying thing out there?
Yeah, Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah.
Legend. Okay.
Nice one. And the female side of things, I would say Shakira, Karol G. Well, I'm speaking in Latin side, huh?
Yeah.
That's like my top 5.
Right. And Miss, what are you been a school teacher, right? What are some of the songs or what are some of the music you think the youth listening to right now? Like the artists, who they into?
Well,
So that's yes.
everything is Trinidad. Everything is Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Everything is Trinidad. So I mean, I myself sometimes have to sit down and like listen. I remember when Alkaline first came out, and I didn't know, and I just heard the students talking about it. So I decided to try to see if I could introduce my lesson with the Alkaline song. And I said, let me do my research. And I went and I looked to the lyrics and I sit down and I listened to it and I say, wow.
Yeah, but as a way, I love how you do that. You could incorporate some, like you say, you don't meet them halfway. There are a lot of teachers who could incorporate the music and teach in the class, and that might reach some students and things.
Yeah, you have to teach.
I remember in school. Yeah, I remember in school there was a teacher that used to rap to me, and that's the only way I used to understand certain things when he rap to me.
Serious?
Yeah. Used to come and rap in the class and thing, rap math, sometimes rap English, rap. You had to find ways. You had to find ways to reach you.
Yeah, that's the thing, because people say that teaching is a stagnant profession. Because if you really think about it, if I'm a teacher in a school that only has up to form 5 or form 6, I am literally only teaching that same topic over and over. New students is the same thing, and unless you try to advance yourself, you just be stuck teaching the same thing over and over, and it gets boring. It gets very boring, and you don't really expand your mind. So you, as an individual, you have to find ways. So I sit down and listen to the Alkaline with them. I sit down and I eat box lunch with them, drink their sodas. And look, you see they're talking about it because I teach them about Mark Anthony. I play the music, I let them dance. People complain because I allow them to hit the desk and make music while they learn the conjugation of the verbs. You just have to make it fun. Teaching is not
find a way. You had to come in the classroom and this song playing by. Come in the classroom like this by. That teacher by. Come in the classroom by. You understand? Imagine you bounce in the classroom with this. Yeah, man. Yeah. You had to meet them. You understand? Say, cool, miss, you know that? Miss wisdom, miss know that boy? And that there, you don't break the ice there already with them.
One time.
Well,
because you have to think about yourself when you were a teenager. When you like the boring teacher, no, nobody liked the boring teacher. Nobody.
There were vibes in the classroom. Vibes. If I was a teacher, boy, it's real vibes. A teacher, boy, come in and teach me about bonnet or kind of thing. They might have thrown me out of school. They might have said, Mr.
Somebody happens to support you being different. That's the next thing.
That's
sometimes you get support once in it. You're very fortunate. You want to do something different, but sometimes it's a challenge. It's really a challenge.
You really have to have patience. So.
I'm telling you, if you don't have patience.
And one thing I must say is that for teachers, you ever see a teacher get old?
Get old?
Yeah, they don't really look too old. Yeah.
Oh.
You ever see a
Big up about Killer Live. Big up Killer Live.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, boy.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Why they don't age. Every year is a recycled energy of kids with that same age.
Youth
come like they reliving their age, and they just don't age at all. I could go back to my primary school teacher and they look the same way. The only thing they might have is a little gray hair, but they look the same way.
Maybe
like youthful energy.
Maybe one day, Gabrielle, in your class, you could have Renzo in your class and do a little Spanish in your class. If Renzo chooses to, that would be nice,
That will be lovely.
Right?
They're glad to see somebody else, especially Spanish speaking. Well, the girls will love him.
Yeah, but the girls in Spanish one time, A+.
Every time I bring a male person to speak to them, they'll be quiet, and then when the male leaves, Miss Nigeria husband.
And maybe Renzo, we talking about side hustle, Renzo, maybe side hustle, you could teach some Spanish, Renzo, come on, man. Well, Renzo Spanish classes.
I hope I have the patience. I might not have the patience like that.
Yeah, that's a patience.
That's a patience.
That's a skill by itself.
That's some children head hard, boy, oh God, boy, watch, man. Jesus Christ.
That's a skill by
itself. I have actually a friend who also I wouldn't give it the name of the school. He's a teacher, and he was like, "Yo."
Russell Latapi? Oh.
He was like, "Yo, the kind of things teachers just go through sometimes in school. Principal being threatened, teachers being threatened. Sometimes being a teacher is.
I find teachers should have tax exemption and things like how the minister. I find teachers should be highly paid, boy. Teachers just go through plenty, boy. Highest. I find after government and all these people, I find teachers should be next highest paid. Teachers deserve a raise. Teachers go through a lot.
Because I mean, people don't talk about it. Teachers wouldn't tell you, but I have teachers like in my school who every month spending money on a family to eat, and you will never leave donating stuff. I remember when I now started working in the school, one day somebody just came, a van, and they just came and dropped. Like we had 800 students, somebody came and dropped 800 chubby, 800 apple, 800 kiss cake and snacks. We don't know what the person just dropped it with somebody else and left, and it's just it's an anonymous person. So I don't know if it was a teacher, if it was, I don't know, but there are people who give, and there are teachers who really give of themselves, literally to their death. Literally to their death, because it's a very stressful job. I mean, we are not really appreciated. So when I speak to students and people from other parts of the world, the way they communicate with teachers and the way they respect teachers is
different, totally different.
It's
totally
like
different. Trust me.
In Ghana, you can't greet a teacher without bringing a fruit or gift or plant. In Trinidad, we just cuss.
Cuss the teacher. Imagine you going to cuss a teacher now, boy. Correct. Boy, hey, this place, watch. That is why I can't be a teacher.
The punishment in school.
Yeah, the corporal punishment. Yeah. Wait, tell me about that as a teacher.
You get, I still feel a little slapped at past personally, but I don't do it.
I remember in primary school. In primary school, and I always remember it was this BS Niger Snipe sister, right?
Okay, yeah.
We were in the same, I think it was standard 3 or 4 or something like that. And same class, and I came to sit down together. She decided to push me off. So my girl pushed me off, I fall along, I get back up. I said, go wrong now. She pushed me off again. I get back on, she pushed me off again. So I push up. What?
Yeah.
When sir come in class, sir didn't want to hear how much time she pushed me.
So
call me, come in front of the class. No long time. My teacher name was Mr. Sandy. I went to Maloney Primary School, government primary school, right? Mr. Sandy used to have a whip. Now this whip, them go over whip on them. And he would put, I think it was
tape, electric tape on it and wrap it wrong.
Wrap it.
I used to get licks every day in school, every day I used to get licks.
Mr. Sandy grab my pants. He grabbed my pants, he bring it. He want to make sure it's tight, your pants tight. Turn in front of the class and be able to tell her that, Wow. And on top of that,
what's about is getting nightmares of them things.
I had to walk around the school 10 times.
Yeah, teachers don't have teachers like that now.
Yeah, but I mean, we do, of course, we're not allowed to do that. And I personally do like to hit children on a whole, but the way how I grew up in my times, the licks I get, it worked for me.
Boy, you ever get a duster? You know what you get a duster pelt at you? A duster?
Yes.
And you just say by this, a duster, like duster in your head. Boy, come now, man. I get licks for showing a Maggie. Remember this Maggie? I show a Maggie. I get licks for a Maggie. A Maggie. I had a teacher named Miss Hacksham, same last name. And I thought both of we would have been good friends. She beat me the most out of everybody. Every year.
But they say fair is something that forces you to learn faster. You know?
Of course. If I didn't get that lecture, I would have been worse. I would have been some terrorist or something. I was really miserable.
Here I get the stuff for. The teacher tell me something and I turn around and go to.
Wow.
You look for that.
You look for that. But I get like so I'm Meg, to show a middle finger now.
Sometimes the licks was a little too much, Sometimes it was really a little too much.
It was abuse. So.
I mean, there could have been abuse. Ways that you could deal with it. Like now, we have ways. We have ways. I'm sure that there are other alternatives that you could try to do.
Time out.
Yeah, try
You
something.
take a time out, Timmy. Take a
Yeah,
time out.
try a little thing. Try something. And
These days, these
students
kind of
don't
stories I hear
care
these
for
days.
school.
The kind of stories I hear these days with the kids, how they talking back to the teacher and cussing them and
Yeah, boy, come now, man.
But
Big
Lorenzo,
mother.
you
can't
ever
give
get
them
licks
no
in
time.
school, you're a red man. So you when you get licks is real, that's good.
Yeah, like,
Now, Renzo's
because-
a good boy. Renzo's a
I,
good boy.
I used to get licks too. I used to get licks too.
Mm.
Yeah,
With the whip, they used
Wait,
to.
wait, wait. Oh, the whip.
Yeah.
Wait, but when you think about having, I have this idea where we could have military in schools or even police officers in school in the uniform teaching some troubled kids. Like, you know, maybe your schools, maybe different schools where you have hotspot schools. Like a let me say like a Alexander
boot camp.
teaching.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
yeah.
a good idea.
Not really a boot camp, but we have police officers in uniform teaching in schools. You don't want to learn, right? Go in that class. You assign certain students in that class. You know.
Yeah,
That
that's a
might
good
be
idea.
that might be good, right? Again, it might be a little traumatic for some of the children.
No, they need it. Trust me, they need it. Some of them
It might be
need
a
it.
little too much.
That's what they need. That's what they need. They need that girl.
They're straightening out, and they really do need a male presence. And that's the thing.
That's
We don't
right.
have male teachers. Males.
Oh
are
my God. Oh my gosh. You see the kind of people RKG was talking about before? They come out and it have more female teachers than mom. We don't have male teachers again. We don't have.
Listen
I
to
went to
this,
school. Where's that? RKG, this live is going to stop.
Listen, someone says on the live, Dion Fabian says, you ever heard about an introvert delinquent? That was me.
Okay, yeah, that's me. I used to get licks every day. I used to get licks, a lot of licks in school, but I turned out good. It turned me out to the man I used to be. But
I never get licks from my parents. I never get licks. I never get licks. I get licks from a school teacher, not from my parents.
Yeah. At that time, I used to go by the teacher and listen, look, big fella. Like, because I know I'll get licks for the day. So I'll just go and get my quarter portion of licks. So I don't take. I'll just, you know, give me my licks.
Wow.
As well bad. Yeah. But we need to do something.
Yeah,
And we could talk about parenting all you want. And yeah, parenting, music, this, that. A lot of things.
Parenting is a big part to play. It's a big part to play. And you see it all the time. You see it all the time. If you don't have support at home, you don't have things. And the students, so, you know, they like to give, well, now, instead of like, we give you the letter to go home, you get a day or two where you get a suspension or whatever, right? But what we find is it might be effective sometimes because students don't like to be home. Their life is at school. That's where they eat. That's where their friends are. So sometimes it helps. Sometimes it doesn't.
When a student comes to a teacher or anyone, a principal, a dean, whoever in the school, and they're having issues at home, whether it's physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, you know, what is the next step after that?
Well, most of the times, to be honest, students may not come out and talk. And even though there's the guidance, there are people at the school for that purpose. Sometimes students don't always feel very comfortable going to those people. It is the teacher who notices, hey, I find this student looking a little particular,
Acting a little funny.
today, or whatever. And then we have a procedure which we will follow and let the respected people know, and they may get involved, you know, accordingly. So that is the way we deal with it. But I mean, the most of the times, if a student, let's say a student, because there are a lot of students who have issues at home, they don't say anything, they block, and sometimes you just never know. You just really don't ever know. I mean, and it was sad for me, like the first time when I actually taught a student who was in my class one day and then died the next week. I mean, that was real hard to know that he was sitting there and that was his seat. And then he's not here anymore. You know, so, and I didn't know. I personally didn't know, you know, what was going on. A lot of us didn't know what was going on, what caused that, you know, so it's a lot. But they really treat teachers with a little more respect, you know. I would like a little more respect, a little bit.
More respect and more money.
More
respect and more money.
You know, a little respect. It will be nice because there are teachers and then there are teachers. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah, look, Renzo was asking a question there.
Yeah, what was the most
Listen,
disrespectful? What was the most disrespectful thing a student ever told you or did?
I've had a few, but I think the worst might be in my absence, where another teacher informed me that a bunch of male students, the topic was, what would you do if Miss Pedro was by you or whatever, and they went off. And I up to now don't know what it was, although I was just told that be careful when you go into that class, and I had to put those points in place.
No, I mean, now here the SMS, you're the only female on the live. I sure Base and Renzo could relate to this in some way. Being a student, it always had that teacher. It always had that teacher. When Miss walk in the class, Miss have everybody, well, have your attention.
Attention, yeah.
You want to learn your work. Right? It always have that teacher. So even the quietest, the most introvert person would have that teacher and be like, oh God, that's here. You know what I mean? But even in my time, I mean, it was
you wasn't disrespectful with it. You wasn't disrespectful with it.
Yeah, sure, not disrespectful, no.
Respectful, no.
Most of them now,
yeah, like,
at least I can speak for myself when I say that you have to assert yourself in a particular way, right? You have to assert yourself. You must know you go into a room, you see the boys watching you, you see the girls maybe rolling up their eye or whatever. But you have to assert yourself. You have to make an example. Maybe sometimes you have to make an example out of one. You have to
what you do, dress like a granny? No, you don't dress like a granny. Like you do. Do you work with Asha? Do you know Asha Piggott, Miss Piggott? Is she at your school? Miss Piggott. And watch me. RKG, you talk about sexy. Anything this woman wear, she can wear a garbage bag. I cannot be. I don't know how she.
There's a lot of fitness. She takes a real care of herself.
Exactly, that's a beautiful woman, but as a teacher, my God, man. I'm pretty sure these students will not follow.
Now hear this. Now everyone is different, so the same. All right, the same clothes you may wear, another teacher may wear it. When you put it on, it may look different based on what it is. In a situation like that, though, could you tell a teacher really what to wear?
Yeah, should there be a teacher's dress code? I remember Satmaraj used to talk about the teacher panty line showing and all them kind of thing. That some teachers is overdo it.
I mean,
do you think some teachers is overdo it?
That's a very ticklish topic because I am not a woman on the slimmer side, right? I'm a curvy woman. I consider myself to be a curvy woman. I have my beautiful curves. So I may not be able to wear, like, for example, a skirt. I wear skirts like below my knee because I know, I don't want to wear a skirt that is half mid-thigh or something like that. So when I sit, I feel uncomfortable, or if I'm going up a some stairs, the flight of stairs, for a student to be looking up. So I am very conscious of the way that I dress because I know, if you're teaching and you're leaning forward, or you're maybe
when the chalk fall down and you have to pick up the chalk. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I try to be real. So I don't think any student can say Miss Pedro that I know, as I say, I cannot speak for anybody else. Not my place. I'm not going to do it. I just speak for myself. I am aware of my figure, and I try to dress accordingly.
But should there be a uniform, like a teachers? Will you support the teachers having a uniform?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I may be a teacher that's open to students not having to wear a uniform. I'll tell you why. Because we don't know students' financial situations. You know how much for a school shirt?
Yeah.
You know how much for a school shirt, and you know the average household, how many children they have in that household. You know if the mother could afford that. You know how she gets in that money.
But you don't think that might cause a little peer pressure?
Yeah.
You don't think that might cause a little peer pressure too, because the brands now, you mightn't be able to wear a school shirt, will bring it more, across the board now. Because you can't, that school shirt is not a Versace school shirt, or this school shirt, that pants is not a whatever, brands. Yeah, a brands. But
yeah, it may, but I can see a lot of students feeling more comfortable not having to be pressured about it, because in schools where you have a tie and this, you have to be telling them, put on your tie, take off this,
that tie thing,
and all this kind of thing.
Never wanted to go to school.
Rigid, and really and truly, what is the purpose if we try to maybe analyze what is the purpose of a uniform, and if you try to find out why you need a uniform, and you really find out if it's really needed, without everything. Because I mean, you some hats and you have this color on your neck, and your shirt white, and you're sweating.
No, miss. I remember going to. I remember it was like what about 15 years ago. Having to go to the school tour, the soca school tour to perform, right? And I started young, so I was maybe about 22 or something around that time back then. And going to the school to perform, come up the stage, and one of the students asked me for a picture, right? And I gave her a picture, and she was like, give me a hug, and I gave her a hug. And she was like, a hug alone? Give me a soft tongue. And I was so blown away with the mentality of the students. So do you think sex education is taught enough in the schools?
Should be.
No, because a lot of students regret decisions that they made because they were not well informed.
Yeah.
Sometimes nobody told them about their bodies properly, so they end up getting involved in situations and maybe having regrets, or they could have avoided certain things because they're not aware of what is right and what is wrong, or how their body works. Because nobody told them.
They're learning everything in school. They're learning things in school.
Yeah.
Other than that, the parents, but you see, you could put it on the parents, but will every parent really tell
Some
the
parents
child?
can't, they're not equipped.
Yeah.
Some parents still are the child calling the thing a flower and a piggy leaks and this kind of thing. Come on now, man. These parents and by these Gaza parents and them would have no looks. Yeah, a cocoa looks and a piggy leaks and a flower and a meth.
Because you could call them at home. When they go to school, you get to hear everything, right? When you go to school, you get to hear everything. We can't rely on the children learning from their peers. But how are we so sure that the peers know what to say, the right thing to tell them?
Exactly.
We don't know what
the birds and the bees. You learn the birds and the bees in school.
What was your first exposure to sex education, and how factual was it? You know, if you think back to primary school, did they really, when your classmates would tell you about sex education, were they factual? Were they talking sense, or were they just what they hear from this and what they hear from that, as opposed to somebody who's an adult giving them the right amount of information that they could use?
Yeah, boy. Well, it's a whole different RKG. You are going to lose this life.
On this note, I wanna thank Renzo. I wanna thank Gabby. I wanna thank Miss for giving us your time here on the live. It was very informative. We learned a lot. Hope to learn Spanish sometime.
Yeah, we had to join our class.
Telling you.
You do private classes? Any private classes?
Yes, I do private classes as well.
All right, okay.
Miss, this looking for a wife, do even better.
Nah, man. Miss, know the time it is with me long time.
I know how to handle that. I get
of course.
I get somebody saying that, but I know how to handle that. So
all right,
coming from a good place.
So once again, Renzo, anything before we exit the live?
No, I think we'll more lead into the Spanish side of things. I think what will enhance the culture too is if we incorporate everything in one. So you have Spanish class, you have dance class, different things that interest people more. Because you sometimes you don't even know what you like until you actually experience it.
Right.
So you get the whole package. When you start hearing music and you learn the culture, then it starts to show more interest now than just sitting down in a class and learning Spanish and they don't know anything about the culture. It's like when I was in school and I learned French, we didn't know nothing about the culture in France, but we were learning the language, but it didn't really interest us 100%. But when we learn more, then more people will be tuned to that.
Right, so as a bonus, Gabriela could add some Latin dancing to her classes. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not very versed in that field, but definitely.
You'll get somebody else.
So yeah, but
Right, man.
definitely Burlington. So a cultural day, so like a nice example is a Spanish day where it just turn the whole school. We did that, and we turned the whole school
Right.
into every classroom is a certain aspect of culture. So, for example, one school was a store, and everything was labeled in Spanish. And when you walk around the school, everything, office, bathroom, everything, cafeteria was in Spanish. So they learn that way. So as Renta say, I will just say yes, I like to add to that point. And yeah, we have to make it fun. And guess you with language learning, and probably why you all probably never held on to the Spanish or French, as the case may be, is that the language remained in the classroom and it didn't leave the classroom. So you just the subject, not as a culture.
Yeah,
So
once you make it like a more real life experience, then
exactly.
it helps people more. Yeah.
I vex I didn't pay attention in Spanish class.
So we saying good night. So that's buenos noches, right?
Buenas.
Buenas.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Thanks.
So it's buenos días, buenas tardes, and
Noches.
noches.
Buenas tardes is good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Buenos noches.
No.
Buenos días. Buenos días. Buenas tardes.
Buenas.
And buenas noches. Okay, we learned something there.
Somebody said they didn't have a teacher looking like Gabby. Bertrand,
oh gosh,
your wife, you're gonna get in trouble with your wife, all right?
Oh Lord.
Yes, Gabby is lovely. Gabby is lovely.
Thank you.
All right,
Right,
Gabby,
so
thank you very much. You take care. All the best with your classes.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was very informative.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very informative, yeah, man. Thank you. Doing some Spanish earlier. Make some babies. You go on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty, before we get cut off there.
Yeah.
Sing for them now, man. Sing for them. Tell them go and make some babies now, man. Go and make some babies. Go and make some babies.
Making love all night till the morning light. When the sun come up and the sun up, make you feel.
What's Shania Hernandez telling you there? What's Shania Hernandez telling you there? Who can't speak Spanish, but your last name is Hernandez? Oh, done up. Make up, yeah, done. Better bring on the live one day, man.
All right. Base.
Shania is a fake Spanish. Shania is a fake Spanish.
Is a very tobacco. All right, so next week.
Yeah, respect. Yeah.
Wednesday. Easy. Let me go see
Yeah,
this.
man. Respect, man. Yeah, man.